Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Voice Radio. Join us every Thursday and Sunday live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice. You asked for it, you got it. We're going to be talking about Mayweather-Pacquiao, but we got a couple of details to give to you, things that broke, things that you may not know pertaining to this fight. We're definitely going to touch on that. And before we do, of course, we got to get to those sponsors, man. Fast Break Bail Bonds, as always, one of our many sponsors. So if anyone is ever in the need, that's your freedom call, 973-497-7000, as you already know. They've been around forever, so believe me, they're loyal and trustworthy. Those guys are family over there. We're definitely going to take some calls, 646-478-3068. And speaking of calls, I spoke to Blog Talk today, and we did an upgrade. So now we're going to be able to accept double the amount of calls that we had before. We'll see how this works out. We'll see if we keep it or if we don't. You know, I wanna be able to have as many people want to listen via telephone as possible. So we've opened that up, and let's see, man. Let's see, could we bust through and show everybody just how many people come on this show, man. Could we get to the limit of this one as well? Why not, right? So again, 646-478, and without any further ado, let me introduce to you.
Remember me? I'm Stuart Little.
What's happening, Nesta?
Same old, brother.
Never thought we'd be doing this show, mate. I didn't. I mean, I must admit, I never thought it'd happen, but really glad it did. Take my hat off to Floyd Mayweather. He took the fight. He didn't have to. He could have gone another option and bored the hell out of us with some garbage fight, but he took the best fight out there. So I'm not going to discredit Floyd Mayweather anymore because he's done what we wanted him to do. So should be a good show. Hopefully I don't get too much hate off the Floyd fans.
Well, I think that what you did is you came clean from the beginning. You admitted and you gave credit. And I think anyone should respect that, you know. But really quick, let's get to
introducing the hard-hitting ringside Robbie.
I definitely was not going to miss this show. I've been waiting for this fight for 6 years. And I, too, have got to take my hat off to Floyd Mayweather for finally stepping up to the plate and taking the fight that we fans have wanted him to take for a very long time. And so I for him doing this, I can't really hate on him anymore because he finally stepped up to the plate and is gonna give us what we want, and for that I got to give him his props.
A lot of crow for you guys, man. Not me. But
the thing is, Nez, I couldn't be happier to eat crow because this is the fight I've always wanted. Do you know what I mean? So I'll gladly eat that crow if it means seeing Pacquiao v Mayweather.
Give it to us, Ness.
Nah, listen, man. Anyone who didn't think this fight would happen was, it was within reality to assume that with all the negotiations, failed attempts. But, we already knew this fight was taking place once it was announced, obviously. But moving forward, little by little, some details have been coming out. You got to remember we gave you the prices a couple of days ago. But today, even closed circuit now is rumored to be around $200 per ticket. And speaking of tickets, they're only going to sell 1,000 tickets. Again, this goes to that same argument where I feel that these types of fights, these mega fights, need to be in an arena that can facilitate the boxing fan. And what we're getting here with the MGM Grand is only 16,800 seats. That's it. And out of those 16,800, 1,000 goes to the public. That is ridiculous. That is unfair. Well,
I read that the cheapest floor seats are $4,000.
Well, there you go. But imagine if those tickets are, if there's only 1,000 for the public, that $4,000, that's going to end up being a nosebleed.
Yeah, no. There's only two things I can complain about as far as this fight is concerned. Number one, no rematch clause, and number two, it's being held in an arena that only holds 16,800 people. This fight is crying for an actual stadium like the new Cowboy Stadium that can seat over 150,000 people. I mean, I know what Beeb said, and he's proven to be absolutely 100% correct. But this goes to the perfect example. People who actually want to be there and see this fight, they're going to have to pay through the nose just to get a ticket to get in the door.
Well, the normal boxing fan, you know, the working man, he can forget this fight, unless he wants to climb onto the roof or something. Do you know what I mean? And peek for a hole, because that's his only chance of getting in. This is going to be all for the rich people, all for the stars. That's why me and Nez were calling for the stadiums, because it gives a chance for people like me and you to go and watch that fight. So, you know, that's the only problem with it. You know, the true boxing fans will be left out in the dark for the true casual fan.
Yeah, man, that's what sucks. But you know what? I'm not going to let that put me down. I just wanted to, you know, let everybody know and kind of just bring back that point that, you know, these types of things need to be put on in stadiums that can facilitate all of us. But also the rumor, and you can check this out on the website, of course, man. I'm telling you, we are on our job over here. So you can definitely check this out on the boxingvoice.com. But also, this is not any rumor. It has been reported that Vasyl Lomachenko is going to be on the televised undercard for this event, and that this the press tour will be limited to only 2 stops, New York and Los Angeles, the first week of March. And this fight is going to be televised in Mexico on TV Azteca or Televisa, depending on Mayweather's preference again. So Mayweather again making all the decisions when it comes to this. But Vasyl Lomachenko, I mean, look, I'm going to try very hard today not to curse, let me tell you. But Vasyl Lomachenko on a Mayweather undercard makes absolutely no sense. That's not his fan base. I don't understand. Like, he's not a heavyweight, so the casual fan isn't just going to, you know, jump on this guy. Like, I don't know why Vasyl Lomachenko would be on this televised undercard.
Lomachenko's with Arum, isn't he?
Of course.
Yeah, well, maybe that was part of the deal that was thrown in the contract.
Yeah, no, but how does it make sense is what I'm asking you.
Well, it doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm giving you a suggestion. Maybe they put it in the contract, put Lomachenko on the undercard or something. I can't think of any other reason.
No, you're missing what I'm trying to say. I understand that it was they contracted it in there or whatever the case may be. Forget that. What I'm trying to see is, how is it beneficial for Top Rank to put Lomachenko in front of this particular audience? Like, yes, I understand that this audience.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Listen. Yes, I understand that this alleged audience is the most casuals because everybody wanted this fight. But at the end of the day, how many of those people are going to relate to Lomachenko?
Listen, that's going to be the best stage to put your fighter on.
I don't think. Not for him.
All over the world.
Not for him. This guy doesn't speak English, dude. He's not the right guy for that undercard. He doesn't even speak English.
Right. What? So now it's a fucking language lesson, is it? We're talking about a fight here. It's boxing, bro. Who gives a fuck if he can't speak at all?
You're talking about 126 pounders. It's not even going to look the same on TV his fight compared to the Floyd and Pat is not going to. No, man. I
don't know. I really don't understand what you're trying to say. Lomachenko is a world-class fighter, but a lot of people are going to be impressed with this guy.
I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying that he's not world-class. I just don't think that's the stage for him. You know, I think.
So who would you put on the undercard then?
How is he going to be a star if you can't relate to him? He can't even talk to you, man. You need to at least put somebody that could capitalize on a post-fight interview in front of millions and millions of people. You want to fucking put a translator there, man? What are you talking about? You got he's got to go. Listen, if each promoter gets one fight, they have to try and find the most marketable fighter because this is the biggest stage ever. So you want to put the right guy. You don't want to put a guy that can't even capitalize off the exposure, because
So
now everyone knows
there?
him. Now everyone knows him, and they say, "Hey, can I take a picture?" And he don't even know what the hell you saying.
Who would you put on this?
Jordan,
Go on.
I don't know.
Jordan,
I don't know. Top rank.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. What do you want from me? I'm just saying. I think Lomachenko is not the right guy for the job. You know, I think Walters would have been the right guy for the job. Someone that could talk. Someone that pumps out. That he doesn't just stick to the book and stick to. Walters is like the featherweight Deontay Wilder, man. You know, put someone that's gonna capitalize on that stage. Is all I'm saying. Someone outspoken. Someone that, you know, does something more than just throw some jabs and looks very good in the ring. Like, there's no cap. Why am I not invested in Lomachenko? Outside of the fact that he's good, there's no story. We don't know nothing about him. He doesn't talk, man. That's why Rigondeaux isn't popular. Don't you get it?
Look, I don't give a fucking flying shit what their personality is.
Again,
I'm tuning in to watch fighters.
See, but you have to try to get outside of this fan shit, okay? Because again, we're talking about Bob Arum and Mayweather both having a fighter on an undercard. These guys are promoters, so they're businessmen. So they have to try and make the smartest move here for their company. The next guy out. You know, this is like passing the torch.
Well, you should have put Terence Crawford on it then.
Maybe. Hell yeah, why not? You know, he's going to talk and he's going to put on a good fight.
Because I don't want to see Alvarado or Rios on there. So who's he going to put on there?
Who else?
Bradley's too much money. I mean,
who else does he have that's young? He should have put Bradley on there. Maybe.
So Bradley's taking big money at the moment.
I know. Bradley and Bradley probably doesn't even want to be an undercard.
Exactly. And exactly.
Who else does he have? This is the problem with that stable. I mean, what about no?
This is what I'm trying to say. Lomachenko is a good choice. Who else has he got? Like where's Mikey Garcia? What's happened to him?
Still, he said not till April. He's not fighting till April.
So that's what I'm saying.
I don't even know who else they got. I hope the callers can help with some of these. All right, guys, that's a question to ask. You know, Top Rank, Mayweather, they both got an undercard fight here. Who should they put on there? I mean, it's already Lomachenko. And, don't forget. I don't know if this guy is televised, but I like him. He's good. He's good. Jesse Hart from Philly. I guess he's getting a shot. He's definitely on the undercard. I don't know if that one is televised or not, but Jesse Hart from Philly, hard work Hart. He's going to be on the undercard. He was calling out Arthur Abraham a fight ago, and he's been having a couple of knockouts in a row, but he hasn't had any real stiff competition yet that I've seen. You know what I mean? But let's get to the callers. Let's see if we can try this new thing out here. 718 QB, what up?
Yo, Ness, what's good, my brother? Yeah, I was hearing what you were just saying, man. Yo, this is what y'all should do. They should put being that Pacquiao. He's from HBO and Mayweather from Showtime. They should put like different fighters from HBO fighting people from Showtime over there like that. That should have like Lomachenko. He could fight one of Al Heyman people from Showtime or something like that. That'd be like the best versus the best. You know what I'm saying? Put the best on that side against the best on this side. And let it do what it do, man. That's what I think.
Yeah, like Lomachenko could fight Leo Santa Cruz, for example.
Right, something like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that's a myth, though. I know that's not gonna happen, but you get what I'm saying. Something like that. HBO, you get one from HBO that stable over there to fight somebody from that stable over there. That's how they should do it.
All right. Well, but what do you think of the fact that they've already chosen Lomachenko to be one of the
Nah, you right, man. He don't speak English. He don't know. He's not a good. He's not. They promote. He's not getting promoted right. Like he don't speak English, and it's just a waste of time, man.
Yeah, but no does Marcus Madonna or Lucas Matisse.
Who wants to have a translator with him everywhere? He's walking through the MGM with a translator. There's nobody gonna be there by his side.
Yeah, but Stuart, it's different.
Pictures and all that.
Stuart, how dare you compare Maidana's Latino? Because we're not just gonna box him in Argentina. No, his Latino fan base. Lomachenko is Ukrainian. Like
before Marcus Madonna beat Broner's ass, he had no fan base whatsoever.
Yes,
the Latinos jumped on the bandwagon because it was great to see him beat Broner's ass.
Listen,
Spanish and all they all speak the same language. Argentinian Spanish, that's all. That's all Spanish.
Yeah, man, it is. Listen, QB, let me get to some other callers, brother. Thank you for calling in.
My brother.
All right. Stuart, you're going to say that Marcos Maidana wasn't popular? After Victor Ortiz, how was he not popular? Stop lying to yourself.
You're lying to yourself.
His Twitter beef with Paul McCloskey made McCloskey a worthy opponent for Khan.
Paul McCloskey, have a word with yourself.
I'm just telling you. That was
never a worthy opponent for Khan. It was a cherry pick from Amir Khan.
Absolutely, but people only knew about him because of Marcos Maidana. That's my point.
Yeah, but to me, that's ridiculous. You know, that's like me. I could go on someone's Twitter now and start calling them names. Are you going to start asking for the fight?
Let's just get something straight here. Are you saying Marcos Maidana pre-Mayweather was not popular?
No, I said when he beat Broner's ass, that's what got him the back. Big support from the Latinos.
Absolutely. I'm not going to deny that he didn't get a spike, but what do you mean support from the Latinos when he's knocking guys out in the StubHub? What are you talking about? You're bugging. Are you not watching the fights? He's had a fan base.
What was Marcus Madonna filling out? What cards was he topping?
I don't know. Where did he fight?
You don't know.
Hold on. Where did he fight Lopez at?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. But come on, man. Josito Lopez.
Dog, the kid was selling tickets, man. He was selling tickets, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know that.
Trust me, mate. Look at his numbers then.
Okay, whatever. I mean, we don't have to stay stuck on that. Look, this is Mayweather Pacquiao anyway. At the end of the day, right?
I'm just keeping it real, bro.
661, you're live. Who's this?
Sorry, what up, Ness? It's Mark. How are you?
Oh, what's going on, Mark?
Not much, chilling. What about Zuski on that card instead of Lomachenko?
Man, I look, and I like Zuski, okay? I was interviewing Zuski long time ago, but he ain't gonna do it for me. See, he can speak English, but he's still too raw. He's still too raw, so I don't really know. Like he's not ready, so why introduce him to all those people if his next fight isn't even gonna be worthy?
I just quick skimmed that stable. I think Stu might be right. I think I don't know who you could put besides Lomachenko, unless it was going to be Walters or Crawford.
Yeah, and do you really want to see Zhu Shimin in there?
No, but they won't do Zimming. Zimming already got a card.
Well, exactly. Who else is he going to put in?
Speak English. If you go look at Top Rank, about 85% of that stable doesn't speak English.
Well,
and like I said, if Zhu Shimin could pull out that fight tomorrow.
Listen, they need to put an American fighter or Latino fighter on there. I'm sorry, and this has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with race. It just has to do with the relating, because this is going to be a U.S. fight. Yes, it's going to be international and global because of the magnitude of the event and the people in the ring, but the majority of this fight is U.S. This is what the U.S. has been waiting for. And in the U.S. is a lot of Latinos and it's a lot of American people. So
I don't know. I think Daenerys would have been a good choice if he didn't have a fight come up.
Yeah, that would have been good. That's a guy. And you see, that's a good choice because he's also very well spoken. I mean, he made a move down. It would have been, but he's not ready. He's not ready in time. This is so sad. This is so sad.
And you're moaning about Lomachenko. I mean, I'm happy for that.
As far as Americans, it's like Glenn Tapia, Mike Jones, Lee. There's just no one. No,
you can't even.
Hispanic would be a better choice.
You can't even put Mike Jones in the mix, man. His last fight, he came back. He came back from a 2-year layoff and lost to Jamie Herrera. I think his name was Herrera.
That's what I'm saying. There's no Americans he can put on. But I totally get what you're saying. That's with Lomachenko. The fight might not look that great. The post-fight interview is going to be terrible. I don't think that appeals to any casual. I don't think that does anything for Lomachenko's career whatsoever. Nothing.
Let's get that clear. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that fight isn't going to look good. I think that every fight that I've seen of Lomachenko, he's looked good in, and it was entertaining. See, I like boxers, but what I'm saying is it's going to be flat. It's going to be flat because
I don't think
he doesn't have. He's not Gennady. He's not Gennady. Gennady at least is trying to speak English, and he look, man, good boy is fucking global. He made his own slogan. You know what I'm saying? That's not Lomachenko though.
I hear what you're saying. I don't think
the guy's had 3
Lomachenko
professional
May
fights.
3rd and he
Crying
fought
out loud!
fans.
Give him
I don't think that's
give him a
not gonna
break.
happen.
That's the point, Stuart. You don't introduce a little chick to a freaking storm.
This guy's no little chick. Let's get this straight here.
Man,
This guy
he's a little
is a world-class fighter. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters, Nez.
Oh
what is this? A fucking beauty contest or something? This is a
all right.
This is
So the B side. Listen, the B side has to be the star power. Then he's gonna have to beat.
Very true.
He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to fight on that card. It's gonna have to be Lomachenko, who's in his weight division. It's gonna have to be Lomachenko. If they somehow get Riggin down to move up, Lomachenko versus Walters, or who else could he freaking fight in front of what 3-4 million people? Man, you want him to fight who? Who is he gonna fight?
Well, that's not my job to pick that, is it?
But that's the point. Why put a guy in front of the world, man? That you ain't even going to put him in a fight that's going to be notable. Nobody knows him. He's got 3 fights, like you said. Nobody knows him.
I'll tell you what.
Why would they remember?
I'd rather have him in there than the Mayweather a money team undercard with fucking Mickey Bay,
but Stuart,
Leon Love, and all them on there.
Stuart, how do you get 4 million people to remember you if you're not fighting anybody that they even remotely know?
Beat the living shit out of someone. That usually helps.
You're crazy, man.
Yeah, that would help. A devastating knockout would probably do the tricks too. You could be right.
Somebody gonna be coming back. Somebody gonna be coming back from getting popcorn. Like, oh, that fight is over. Who won? The white guy. That's it.
You're starting to sound like a businessman every time you talk boxing. Everything's for a business mind with you.
It's gotta make sense, man. You want the sport to die? We need someone else to carry on, bro. I'm thinking of
Lomachenko's not there to take over from Mayweather.
You calling me a businessman? I'm thinking of the future of the sport. You gotta put someone on that stage that you can. You gotta put someone on that stage that you can pass the torch to. You don't disrespect such a huge card with a freaking a guy. Come on, man. I'm not even whatever. All right, Stuart. Listen again. Let's just take a tally here. Mark, are you saying that you agree with Lomachenko? You think that's the first choice?
No, I don't. I think if you were going to pass like a torch, like skill wise, pound for pound wise, Terrence Crawford would have been perfect. I don't know if he wants to fight on an undercard, but that might be like one of the top 5 skilled guys in boxing.
You know what's the saddest part?
The next pound for pound king.
You know what's the saddest part of all this? I was just on the phone with Bob like an hour ago. I didn't even think of that question, but I did get some gold from him. Wait till I put that out. Woo!
Hey, before I get off, I just wanted to touch on one thing about the Mayweather-Pacquiao that bothers me. Like when Robbie, Robbie, you're my guy, but when you say like when Mayweather finally stepped up and took the fight, I just have like I think it's pretty much common knowledge now that something fishy was going on with the testing. That's why the fight didn't happen in 2009. I think like the motherfucker Pacquiao is lucky that he got another chance. To be honest,
I don't agree with that, Mark. This fight should have happened years ago, but I'm glad it's happening now. And we all have our own opinions, but hey, we're finally getting it, and we need to celebrate it. And I totally agree. I understand exactly what Ness is trying to say, and I completely agree with what he's trying to say, because this is going to be the biggest stage that boxing has ever had in I don't know how long, and all the promoters involved need to capitalize on it and put the proper people on this card. Lomachenko is a wonderful fighter. He's very skilled, but he's not going to be able to capitalize on this card. You've got to be able to market yourself to everybody that's going to be watching.
Ness, you're closer to a lot of fighters than most of the people are calling. Do you think that would be an issue with Crawford fighting on an undercard? Do you think he wants to like only headline now, or?
Listen. I don't think anyone in Crawford's position would turn that down. Amir Khan,
right?
Didn't Amir Khan fight on Mayweather's undercard?
Yeah, he fought. Did he fight Collazo?
And he has the biggest ego of almost all fighters, and he didn't mind. So, man, you kidding me? Anybody
he thought he was
minds
getting the Mayweather fight though, Nez.
who?
He thought being
doesn't
on that
listen,
undercard.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Canelo fought on the Mayweather undercard. You would just be dumb not to take it. That's the point, man. This is how fighters are built. This is how it's always been. Danny fought on a bunch of Mayweather undercards, but on the untelevised. You know, this is just the way it works. You got to introduce your fighter to the people. It's the way that it works. Mark, listen, let me take some calls, but listen, your brother's lost it. He's talking about put Gilbert Ramirez. That would have been a perfect choice had Gilbert Ramirez looked good in Denver, but he didn't, did he? Why waste your time again, especially on this stage? You want him to shit the bed on a bigger stage? You're funny, man. Let that guy go work. Let him go practice. But Mark, thanks for calling in. What do you guys think about Gilbert Ramirez, Robbie and Stu?
No way. Not with the way he looked in Denver. No way.
If you're moaning about Lomachenko, let's not even mention Gilbert here, eh?
All right. Well, 847, talk to us.
Yo, Fight Doctor in the house. I'm on Rick James status. What's going on?
What up, Fight Doctor? That's two
Listen,
intros
gentlemen.
I messed up already. QBs and Fight Doctors. I'm sorry.
Sorry, you working it out. You get it together eventually. All right, so just keep working it out. That's all. That's what's important. But listen, gentlemen, the undercard. Look, we're supposed to be talking about Mayweather Pacquiao. Okay, the undercard is sort of like the fight we just saw last Saturday. Who cares? Okay, who cares?
Good
We
point.
saw Golovkin knock out a tomato can.
Wow.
Which was the expectation. All right. That fight proves nothing other than the fact that Golovkin likes knocking over tomato cans. Undercard to this fight, what does it matter? Why are we even talking about this?
Fight Doctor.
Okay?
Fight Doctor. Let me interrupt you and tell you this. Guess who is rumored to be fighting Golovkin now? You're really not gonna like this. You ready? You're not even gonna guess? You're not even gonna guess?
Yeah, I can guess. His last name is Can, first name Tomato. That's who he's fighting next. Okay?
No, the rumor is Terriano Johnson.
Who?
Terriano Johnson.
Who?
Come on.
That sounds a lot like tomato can to me, okay? Come on, man. Listen, Golovkin, they really need to stop. I mean, they really need to stop. They touting this guy. Why are we even talking about Golovkin, okay?
You brought him up.
I didn't call.
Can I just talk about the hypocrisy?
I didn't call to talk about a recipe to make pasta, okay?
Well, you brought him up.
Tomato cans like Golovkin. I called to talk about Mayweather Pacquiao, okay? So let's leave the tomato can chatter for another show. Let's talk about Mayweather Pacquiao. Can we do that, please, gentlemen?
Well, you the one brought him up.
I didn't say what's up, Ness, what's up, Stu, what's up, Robbie? How you gentlemen doing?
We're all right.
So listen, Mayweather Pacquiao, okay? I was actually on the YouTube earlier. I saw a couple of real interesting videos that point out Pacquiao's technical flaws. It was a video by a cat named Wilson Caden. He's got a video up called How to Beat Manny Pacquiao, and basically talking about Pacquiao's weaknesses. If you've been watching Pacquiao for the last couple of years, just the dumb things that he does, a sucker for a right hand, how he drops his left hand when he throws his right jab, how he's a sucker for feints. Basically, just the whole Juan Manuel Marquez spiel on how to beat Manny Pacquiao. Real good video. Boxing fans should check it out. Honestly, they really should put some good fights on the undercard, because even though we're all geeked and hyped to see the main event, that fight is honestly, after about the first 3-4 rounds, is not going to be competitive. It's going to be a sparring session. Okay? Mayweather outclasses the bum. That simple. Okay?
Manny Pacquiao's not a bum.
And look.
Come on, man. Manny Pacquiao's not a bum.
I'm not saying Pacquiao was a bum. But what I am saying is Mayweather outclassing him.
But
There's a lot of distance between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather.
I thought I heard you say he was a bum, though. Isn't that the word you used?
That's just a saying that they use in boxing. Okay, outclasses the bum. It wasn't meant to be taken literally. However, there is a lot of space in skill set between Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and after the first 3-4 rounds, you'll see it'll be clear as day that the fight is not competitive after about the first 3-4 rounds. Okay, Floyd takes 2-3 rounds to figure him out, and then goes to work and systematically takes him apart, and that's that. Listen, I think maybe a fair guess, fair estimate, how many rounds Pacquiao wins, I would say 3. And I'm being generous, okay? Good possibility Pacquiao doesn't see the 12th round, okay? I wouldn't bet on that, given Floyd's history with his hands. However, and that's the real, listen, Robbie, you're right. This fight should have been held in a large venue like Cowboy Stadium for the boxing fan. However, the problem with having this fight in Texas is, one, the officiating in Texas sucks. And if I were Floyd Mayweather, there's no way in hell I would fight Manny Pacquiao in Texas so them racist bastards down there could rob me. Hell no. Never would I ever do something that stupid. Then the second reason why this fight isn't happening in Texas is because now we all know that Floyd is notorious for having problems with his hands. His hands are brittle. Now, he likes to shoot up with a substance called, I believe it's called xylocaine, before he fights. He gets an injection, I believe, in each hand. Xylocaine is only legal in the state of Nevada. Exactly. That's the main reason why this fight is happening in Nevada, and that's the reason why Floyd has only fought there the last, I don't know, what, 10, 11 years? That's the reason why he fights there. That's the reason why this fight can't happen in a venue like Dallas Stadium, which, Robbie, you're right. This is where this fight needs to happen. Because, Dallas Stadium holds, 150,000 people, maybe? And, an event this big, it should be held somewhere that could, a place where the common man could afford to buy a ticket and go. A place big enough. I mean, because they're going to make money on the pay-per-view regardless. They're going to make money on the worldwide distribution. This fight is going to make a shitload of money. So the venue, at the end of the day, really shouldn't matter as long as it's big enough to house as many people who would be interested in seeing this fight. But, I mean, at the end of the day, outbidding the casinos in Vegas, tough to do. And then, of course, Mayweather's drug of choice isn't legal in Texas, even though I would think they would probably make an exception for him if they wanted to have the fight there. Because at the end of the day, money talks, bullshit walks, and something as small as an injection in your hand of some xylocaine, I don't think that would be enough to hold this fight up if they were serious about having it in Texas. But money talks, and the casinos are hard to outbid. But in any event, Mayweather schools them. They really should put together a good undercard because the main event is not going to be. It's not going to be competitive.
Well, and you said don't talk about the undercard. Let me get to some other callers because you running off. You just call him Pacquiao bum. Wow, crazy. 818, you're live.
Hey Ness, what's up? It's AB.
Hey B, what up?
Hey Ness, I usually agree with you like 90% of the time, but I mean this time I completely disagree with you about Lomachenko on the undercard. I'm gonna tell you why. You keep saying that the guy doesn't talk English. Okay, first of all, the undercard fights, when fans tune in to watch it, they want to see a good fight. They want to see a guy with skills. Okay, they want to see an entertaining fight. Nobody gives a shit. They're not here for a talk show. This isn't a press conference. Okay, exactly. People are going to be tuned in. Okay, they want to see an entertaining fight. And Lomachenko, people are going to be like, wow, look at that. Look at the sidestep. Look at the pain. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be an entertaining fight. And it's fighting a former champ, the guy that Donaire beat for the title. I forgot his name, but he's going to be facing a credible opponent. So, there's a huge, it's not as big as the Hispanic population, but there's a big Russian-speaking population from the former Soviet Union that understands Russian. and you know, they're gonna understand what Lomachenko is saying. But come on, dude, the post-fight interview is like what, 1 minute? You're saying that fans are gonna care more about the post-fight 1 minute interview than an entertaining fight? And then on top of that, when you talk about passing the torch, Lomachenko is a future pound-for-pound fighter. So boxing has shown that it doesn't matter if you can't speak English. You know, he's actually learning a little bit, but, you know, it is passing the torch onto a future pound-for-pound fighter, you know. So that's why. And then Arum is, you know, he's promoting the guy. And he's already been on pay-per-view before. So, you know, people, you know, that was the second time on pay-per-view. So that's where I'm coming from, that people are going to enjoy the fight. They're not going to care, you know, whether he can't speak English, you know, in the post-fight press conference or in the interview.
Listen, AB, you make some good points.
That was a great call.
You make some good points. And you know,
yeah, I mean, that's where I'm coming from. So
you could definitely,
he's got to hype up his fighter.
You could definitely use Pacquiao as an example as well. He you know, as long as you're good, you're good. So you're right about that. But so I asked you this question though. But who's the opponent? Shouldn't
well, what's the guy's name? It starts with a V. The guy that Donaire beat for the title at 126.
What? Something in Vigneke or something like that?
Yeah, right. I'm not saying the guy's like, you know, an elite world beater, but he's a former champ. So, you know, it's a credible opponent.
That's a waste of time, man. That's a waste. That fight's a waste of time. Two guys whose last name neither one of us could pronounce. Man, get out of here with that bullshit.
Yeah, well, like I said, the fight's going to be entertaining. You know, people are going to be tuned in. They're gonna like. And like I said, there's a big Russian-speaking population where, you know, in New York and you know, around the U.S. too, and you know, just like with Golovkin. I wish they actually put Golovkin on the undercard because they said that you know, he's fighting in May again. So to me, you know, if you want to have the best pay-per-view undercard ever, put Golovkin on there on, you know, on a pay-per-view undercard. But I don't know if that's going to happen. You know, obviously it's because it's Arum promoting it.
I don't know. So that is your first choice, though. I just want to be clear of that. You're okay.
Well, the thing is, look, if it's top ranked, right? I mean, there's nobody from. I don't see anybody from Al Heyman's stable. Maybe you can put, because Adrian Broner, Keith Thurman, they're all fighting in April. No, they're fighting in March. So they're out of the question. And if you look at Bob Arum's staple, I really don't want to see Bradley. I mean, Bradley, you know, I don't know if he's going to be ready for me. And then Crawford, unless they get a credible opponent for him, I don't want to see a 12-round boring fight. I want to see an entertaining fight. And I just feel like, you know,
yeah, but there's more upside in a Crawford on the undercard, and there's more options for opponents as well. At 140, Bob, he could easily put Vargas in with Crawford. He could well,
he could put Algerian.
Nah, yeah, Algeria will capitalize on that. Well, I don't know. Algeria.
Well, remember, the undercard is not just one fight, you know. So I guess you can put Crawford on there, you could put Lomachenko on there, and then I would say from a promotional standpoint, it makes sense to put Ramirez on there because you know, Bob Arum is hyping him up to be the next great, you know, young Hispanic fighter. So I guess you put those three in there, and it'll be a good undercard: Crawford, Ramirez, and Lomachenko.
But don't you need a big-time a co-main event to fit with Pacquiao Mayweather?
I don't think so because people don't even care about the undercard. They're just going to tune in for the main event. But in the process, you know, the undercard is to promote and hype up the fighters that are coming up. And Lomachenko, because he's going to be a future pound-for-pound star, it makes sense for Arum to put him on the undercard. Because people are going to tune in and going to be like, wow, you know?
Yes, hey, man, like I said, maybe he's the next Pacquiao who didn't need to know how to speak English and he just fights that good.
I think he's learning, too. He's actually learning a little bit. So. Yeah, but those are all basically my points. So.
Well, all right, AB, let me get to some other people here. 661. This must be Mike.
Ness, what's good?
What up?
Hey, I mean, for the undercard, I mean, in a perfect world, the obvious choice would have been Wilder, Areola. I mean, obviously that's not going to happen, but I mean, I'm just saying, for Bob Arum to say how disrespectful it was to all the Mexican people for Floyd to try to take that date, then to turn around and not put any Latinos on there and put Lomachenko on there, I think is silly. I mean, you kind of got to give the Latino community a little bit of something, don't you? I mean, he was hollering from the hills how disrespectful it was for Floyd to try to take that Mexican date, and then he's got a chance to give the Mexican fans a Latino fighter, and he puts Lomachenko on there? What kind of shit is that?
Now, that's a good point. That's a good. See, this is why it's good to open up that type of discussion. See, I didn't even think of that. You're right. It's Cinco de Mayo. You're right.
I mean, it was so disrespectful to the Mexican people what Floyd was doing, and he's got an opportunity. I know you don't like Ramirez, neither do I, but damn, if you care about the Latinos so much, give him something. I mean, right, the obvious no-brainer choice would have been Wilder, right?
Yeah, I would have loved to see Wilder on there, man.
You put Wilder, boom. Then you got the Latino, Chris Areola, boom. That's a blockbuster undercard. I mean, I guess I'm thinking in a perfect world, but what do you guys think about that? That would have been perfect, right? You got the American, the heavyweight that burst onto the scene. Then you got the Latino that everybody knows about. You got heavyweights, what people want to see. Let me tell you, a lot of casual fans, they just look at those little dudes, and it's just an automatic turnoff right then and there. Oh, they're little guys. I don't want to see it. You know what I mean? That's a mentality of a lot of casual people.
Yeah, there's going to be a whole lot of people that are going to be watching this fight that don't normally watch fights. So that's why you have to make it interesting for them. And you're right. If you put a 126-pound dude in there, most people who don't know anything about boxing aren't going to pay any attention.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people who watch a lot of boxing that don't go past 130, 135. You know what I mean? So it's not. I mean, well, we all know that he's a tremendous talent, and I mean, you just as far as talent-wise, it'd be hard to get anybody better than him, to be honest with you. But the thing is, it's you got to appeal to the casuals on the undercard, man. They're not going to really respect Lomachenko using the ring. He's not going to whack some guy out of there and decapitate him. You know what I mean? He's going to do what he does, and what he does is more of like Olympic-style boxing, and that's people are going to watch that for 3 rounds and just be turned off. You know what I mean? They're going to be eating chips and salsa. They're not even going to pay no attention to that. So I don't know why in the world that Wilder wasn't even an afterthought. I don't know. Maybe it's money, but I'm just saying that seemed like the perfect undercard that you could get.
Yeah, man. Wilder would have been a good choice, man. But damn, you made some good points too. You made some good points, man.
Santa Cruz would have been a good option, but obviously he's got to fight someone decent. I'm sick of him with these bums all the time. I mean, it'd have been nice to see him in there with Lomachenko, but go up and fight Lomachenko. Yeah. But that's just
that's asking for too much.
Yeah, that is fantasy.
Right. I mean, as soon as the fight got announced, every time when I go to sleep, I just see, like on Christmas, they see visions of sugar plums. I just been seeing visions of right-hand leads over and over and over again every time I lay my head down. So, I mean, I don't think the fight's too competitive. I think I'll be generous, like the fight doctor. I can't see him getting more than 3 rounds. I think Floyd just settles in, to his regular groove after 3 or 4 rounds, and then it just becomes Floyd picking dude apart. But Ness, thank you for your time. I'm always going to holler at you, and I'll catch you on the next one.
All right, brother. All right. Thank you for calling in. Let's see what we got here. 718, you're live.
How you doing?
We're good. We're good. Talk to us.
Yeah, this is Scans Rank. Got a couple things to say. I was more relieved and excited that this fight was made because, in my opinion, I just don't want to give the guys credit because they just doing what they're supposed to do. They're giving us the fight that we wanted. So I'm just relieved that the fight is happening. As far as you guys' conversation about the undercard, I think Terrence Crawford, I think he has skills, but I don't think he's charismatic enough to do what you're saying, Ness, as far as basically bringing excitement to the card. I don't see the charisma with him. QB, I kind of like his idea better. I think a top right fighter should fight like an Al Heyman fighter. Because I know they seem like they had bad blood over the years. I don't know, like put Amir Khan in with Bradley. I think that would get me more excited. And then the other undercard spot, you know, just use it for another top rank versus Mayweather Promotions guy. That's about it. Put me down for Mayweather. I mean, I seen Algieri land the straight right. Floyd seen he's gonna let Floyd at the cage from round 1. So I'm gonna go with Mayweather. Other than that, love the show. Continue to do what you do.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you for calling in. And you're right, man. Oh my God, I forgot about the Algieri right hand. Algieri was landing that right hand all night. Wait till Floyd gets. Oh man, wait till Floyd gets some of that.
He did land it all night, but had no effectiveness. You know?
Yeah, but he ain't Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah,
he don't punch as accurate as Floyd Mayweather, and he don't hit as hard as Floyd Mayweather. So it don't even matter.
There's not a lot of difference in that.
Yeah, right. Not a lot of difference. That's
like
why. That's why every man that he's fought, they I don't see anyone just ignore his power the way Golovkin did Murray. No one just walks him down. Even Maidana was getting pushed back. Get out of here, man. You guys always hating. That's why I call it
hating. What are you on about hating?
But let me finish. Let me finish my sentence. Let me finish my sentence. Let me finish because that's why I call it hate. Because it's reality. You see it in your TV, and you telling me, oh no, isn't he pushing Maidana back? So Maidana's feeling his power. Didn't Shane Mosley feel his power? Who didn't feel his power? Who walked right down on Mayweather and just man? Nobody whooped his ass anyway. Why are we even having a discussion? You crazy? That's what I'm saying. So why else? If it's not hate, well then you're crazy because you don't see what you're seeing.
I see enough. At the end of the day, we're talking about punching power here. You completely change that around. You just go all over the place. I
didn't change it around. I said Algieri is not Mayweather. He don't punch as accurate as Mayweather, and he don't hit as hard as Mayweather. Let's remember Mayweather hit Victor Ortiz with a right hand and knocked him out. Cheap shot or not, the power was there.
Hey, mate, when you sucker punch someone, you can knock anyone out.
Yeah,
if you're not expecting it, of course you can. You know, that's. Come on, Nez. At the end of the day, Ricky Hatton, I think, was the last person. And it wasn't really a knockout. It was just Ricky Hatton, just exhausted and just outclassed. So it wasn't really a lot of Pacquiao did to Hatton.
You see, and again, Stuart, I'm just asking you. I'm asking you to teach me so that I don't call it hate. Because how could you see? You're discrediting the Hatton knockout as well. I mean, this is why I call it hate, because I don't understand. What else is it? Now the Hatton knockout isn't good either. The other one was a cheap shot. This one, Hatton was exhausted. It wasn't Mayweather. He was exhausted. So how could I not call you a hater? Tell me. I don't want to call you a hater. But what is it that you're doing if it's not hate? I mean, teach me, and I won't use that word. But give me another one to use. What are you doing? Because what I'm seeing is him knocking out Hatton, and you're saying Hatton was tired. I'm seeing him knocking out Victor Ortiz. You're saying it was a cheap shot. I'm seeing Shane Mosley get outclassed. You're saying Mosley was done. I mean, I don't get it, man.
I never said Shane Mosley was done.
But you will. If we bring up the Mosley fight, you'll say Mosley is old. He was old. Mosley was done. That fight should have happened 10 years ago. Oh, Cotto, they should have fought 10 years ago. No one wants to give credit. But I'm a flow-mo because I'm just telling you reality. Reality is he did beat those guys. He did make them look bad. He did take Canelo Alvarez 12 rounds to nothing and make a young kid look bad. That's not riding anybody's meat. That's telling the truth, man. That's the truth. The same way you told me the truth about Lomachenko being good, right? Right? Isn't he good? He's world class. Oh, yeah, he's world class. He's going to be pound for pound. So why is it not Lomo riding now? You're a Lomo rider. You see, it doesn't make any sense, man. Reality is reality. Let's take some calls. I mean, unless you want to rebuttal, because you have the opportunity. I want you to teach me.
Is that all right? Can I actually say something?
Yeah, because I do want to. I don't want to call you a hater. I don't want to call you a hater. Please teach me what to say.
We was talking about punching power, right? All them other things is true what you said, but we were talking about punching power, right? When was the last time Floyd Mayweather knocked someone out? Ricky Hatton. What year was that? Come on, man. I put a picture up on Facebook of Mayweather's opponents after the fight, and they look like they've just been for a facial. Not a fucking mark on them. So let's not pretend here that he's got monster punching power. He's accurate, and his timing puts fighters wary of going in. It makes them wary of going in, basically. That is it. He doesn't hurt anyone. I mean, he sucker punched Victor Ortiz. He did. Anyone watch that fight knows he sucker punched Victor Ortiz. I don't, and the flow modes will say you don't know shit about boxing. I don't know shit about boxing. I was watching fights, from fucking an early age as a child. So I do know enough about boxing, and I got common sense. Floyd Mayweather don't knock no one out. He's got no power. Simple as.
See, I gave you your opportunity because I wanted to be fair, and that's how it always is. You always get a chance to rebuttal, but you still didn't change my mind. You didn't teach me what I should be calling you, and you didn't give me any reasons. And what you tried to do was change the subject because
we're talking about punching power, though.
But exactly. But wait a minute, we're talking about punching power, not knockouts. Power. All I said is he's more accurate than Algieri. Let's remember what I said. He's more accurate than Algieri, and he hits harder than Algieri. And right away, you jumped on it as if it was something else. That's all I said. I didn't say he was going to knock Pacquiao out. But you started discrediting his Hatton win and the Ortiz win. I mean, so again, I'm just showing you that, you are what you are, man. You are what you say anyway.
Yeah. I mean, mind blowing. Crack on.
847, you're live. 847, you're live. And you've been on for a while, man. I don't want to just go. All right. We're leaving. Bye. Oh, bye. 409, you're live.
Damn, come right back to me, Ness.
7760, you're live.
Ness, what up? First time caller.
All right, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
The streets from Long Beach, Cali, LBC. What up, Ness?
What's up, brother? What's up? Man, we getting more and more California calls. I'm loving it.
Yeah, what up, Robbie? What up, Stu? Y'all goo on the show too, man. What's up?
Hey, we all love our boxing out here in California, so you're going to get inundated with California calls.
All right, so I got 3 quick points. First of all, I listened to the show yesterday, and Ness, I'm glad you caught fucking Lampley, man. That nigga was sneak dissing on Mayweather, talking about the fight probably wouldn't happen and shit. I thought I was the only dude that caught that shit, man. And
we all caught it because Lampley has made it clear since Mayweather left HBO that he's gonna hate on him every chance he gets.
Yeah, it was a little funny little sneak diss, but whatever. But 2, y'all arguing about Lomachenko. I'm thinking like, I'm not expecting a lot from the undercard because I listen to Bob, how he talks about him and shit. I wouldn't be surprised if they put Verdejo on the undercard. That's a little Spanish pretty boy Puerto Rican.
Good pick. Good pick.
Thinking, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, I'm looking at top ranks. They're fighters, and he seemed like one of the few that actually has a big future, has one of their stars. So I'm thinking that's a smarter pick than Lomachenko.
Doesn't he have a fight scheduled though?
Yeah, I think he does. That's what I was saying though. That's what I would have picked him before I would have picked Lomachenko. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
But my last thing, y'all arguing about that power shit, man. It's funny because the British cat, my boy Stu, you can just tell this nigga hate Mayweather in his voice, bro. It's funny, man. I would go
so
off.
Hang on. So now common sense is fucking hate, is it? I mean, you guys over there. I mean, fucking
finish though?
You're hard work. You Americans are fucking hard work. Seriously. I mean, where's this punching power you're talking about? Who's he knocking out?
Stuart, let him finish, and you go. Let him finish.
Or like you let me finish.
This nigga hates him, bro. This nigga hates him. But anyway, I would go off of what Oscar De La Hoya, Shane Mosley, Marquez. It's shit all over YouTube. All these dudes say they hit about the same. And even if I agree, Floyd is damn sure not no fucking power puncher, but you can't say oh, it's basically the same thing as Chris Algieri, where AKO is fighting, you know, these little guys in New York. Like, come on, man, get a nigga.
Yeah, maybe
credit,
I was
bro.
a bit harsh there. His power is better than Algieri's. So, you know, I'll admit that, but it's not far off.
You see, he couldn't even. That's a backhanded compliment, man. I'm telling you, Stu. You don't know, Stu. You have no control over it. You're just a hater. But that's what happens with haters. They don't have control over that. They don't have control. It's okay, man. But I love you like that anyway, so don't sweat it.
I fuck with Stu, man. You cool. I'm glad you on the show, man. It's just funny to me because I could tell hate when a nigga voice, and you can just tell you just don't like that motherfucker, man. But it's all good though.
Yeah, it's part of boxing, mate. We've all got different opinions. If we all had the same opinion, then it'd be a terrible show to listen to.
Exactly, it'd be a boring ass show, man. But all right, Ness, I'm gonna call up more often, man. I'm Streets, man. I'm LBC. I'm gonna be hitting you up on Thursday, bro.
All right, brother. Well, thank you, man. Yo, if you haven't already, please give us an iTunes or a Stitcher review, man. It's very important. 425, you're live.
Yo, what up, Nash, man? It's Taylor Gang, man.
What's up, brother?
Not too much, man. First of all, I just want to. Is Robbie over there? Is Robbie on right now?
Yeah,
I just want him to go ahead.
I'm right here.
Okay, Robbie, go ahead and put me down, man. I'm going with Mayweather. You know,
Okay.
and I'm gonna be in Vegas, man. I fly out the 29th.
Wait a minute,
So,
wait a minute.
know
You
what I'm
making
saying?
your pick
I'm
already? You making your pick already?
Yeah, I'm making my pick already. I'm going with Mayweather. I fly out the 29th. I'm gonna be there. Yo, it's going down. That's first thing first. Second thing second, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I miss Beef. Shout out to Beef. You know, he needs to be over here. Mayweather had
Yo, hey, tell
what's
again. You got to talk into the mic because you're going in and out.
Oh, okay, my bad. But yeah, man, about this punching power situation, man. You know, it's real obvious, man, and you know, I love Stewart, man. But just if you watch any of Mayweather's fights, nobody walks him down. None of the big Canelo never walked him down. None of these bigger dudes have ever really. And
because you can't get near him.
They respect the fact that, you know, he might not have concussive knockout power, but they respect the fact that he hits hard enough for them not to want to walk in, you know.
That's right.
Nobody's like,
yeah, and Floyd Mayweather's got a very good chin as well. Down. He's got a very good chin as well. You know, and he's strong. So I'm not saying he's a weak fighter. He just hasn't got no punching power. That's what we were talking about. He's got enough. He's got enough power to keep you off, keep you off balance.
I'll give you that.
That's how I see it.
Yeah. I understand that. I give you that. But you know, I think you know, there's a lot to be said. You know, with the way this whole fight is going to work out. You know, if Pacquiao gets touched by Mayweather's right hand too often, it could be an early night for him. You know, I really believe that. I'm gonna be there to see it. You know, and so we'll just see how everything works out, man. But I'm on my way to work, man. I'm gonna let y'all keep it moving, man. Shout out to Ness, man. Shout out to everybody over there, man. Y'all keep it moving.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. Stu, I just want you to know you're gonna be getting it all night for that dumbass comment.
What dumbass comments?
He punches as hard as Chris Algieri. Yo, they're gonna chase you around the internet for that one.
well, the knockout ratio in the last few years is about the same, isn't it?
Nah, man. Come on, man. Yo, like that guy said, Canelo didn't walk Mayweather down.
Yeah, and Mayweather is fighting strong guys. I'll give him that. Like Canelo, no one's knocked him out. Madonna, no one's knocking him out. So yeah, I'll give Floyd his credit in that. But he's not a big puncher, Nez, and you know he ain't.
It's like I told you, man. You do it by accident because you don't know. Because you know that's when you know it's really hate. 917, you're live.
What's up, Nez?
What's up, brother? Talk to us.
What's going on? This is Frank from LIC. I called you yesterday, and I hear you guys. So basically, you making predictions of who's going to win the fight come May 2nd?
It's whatever you want to talk about Mayweather Pacquiao,
right.
because you know, we haven't done enough. I mean, this is something we waited for years, so it's open, man. Anything Pacquiao, you want to say that Mayweather's gonna knock him out? Go for it. You want to break it down? Go for it. You want to make a pick? Go for it.
I'm gonna break it down. In my opinion, you know, it's just an opinion because they haven't fought yet. So in my opinion, this is the way I see the fight going. I see Floyd Mayweather stopping Pacquiao in the rounds. And I'm gonna give you why I think that's gonna happen.
I'm just gonna interrupt. I'm just gonna interrupt and say, okay. I'm just gonna interrupt and say, who the hell is Floyd knocked out? But go ahead.
I got you, but you're nuts. I understand what you're saying, but let me give you why I think this is gonna happen. Now, the key thing for Floyd Mayweather to win this fight is to get Pacquiao's rhythm down. He's got to do it pretty quick too. If he has problem with his rhythm, I'm gonna say that you might see an upset. You might see Manny Pacquiao actually beat Floyd Mayweather. But you see, I've always seen Floyd Mayweather always get the rhythm of a fighter. Even when he fought southpaws, there's always people saying, you know, southpaw this, southpaw that. When he's fought guys like Zab Judah, Chop Chop Corley, guys like that who gave him problems in the first 3 to 4 rounds. After that, he pretty much figured them out, and he was able to pick them apart. Okay. Now, going to why I think he's going to stop him, I feel like he's going to get a technical knockout. I don't think he's going to knock him out. Where he's going to hit the floor, he can't get up in 10. What I mean is, I think he's going to land that right hand the way Algieri was landing on Pacquiao, but better. Okay, much better. That's the one thing that I've always felt about Manny Pacquiao is that he's very open for a southpaw. He's very open for that right hand. He's one of those guys when he goes in and out, he tries to stay on the left, but it's like, which is the conventional boxer's left jab, but then he'll bounce out to his right hand, which is the strong hand. And that's how he gets hit with a lot of right hands. If you see the way he got knocked out by Marquez, and I think Marquez was using steroids. I mean, that's just an opinion. But if you see why he knocked him out, it's because he went to his power hand, and he caught him. He got knocked. It's an instinct that Pacquiao has. You know, it's something when the fight's going and you're exchanging, he does that. So that's where I could see Floyd stopping him, sort of like the way he did Ricky Hatton, where Ricky Hatton was getting beaten just about every round, but he was competitive enough, got tired, and then got caught with something in the 10th round. He didn't knock Ricky Hatton out the way Pacquiao knocked him out, but he caught him. He tied him down. He caught him with that check hook. He ran into it, hit the turnbuckle, went down, got back up. The fight was done. That's where I see Floyd beating him. And I'm more of a Manny Pacquiao fan than I am Floyd Mayweather. I don't like Floyd Mayweather outside the ring. I think he's doing what it takes to sell, getting people to hate him. I'm sure that's a lot of that personality is fake, but I'm sure that's who, a lot of that's who he is too. But in the ring, I always pick the bigger, great fighter over the smaller, great fighter. And that's what I see in this. Pacquiao is a great fighter, but he's the smaller guy. Floyd is going to show the world that smaller guys, great smaller guys, usually lose to great big guys. And that's the way I see this fight. In terms of an undercard, I'm just going to throw this out there. I know this will never happen. So usually they air 4 fights, right? Am I right? Like they usually air 4 fights on pay-per-view.
I think
would go.
I think it's 3.
Like 3 or 4 fights, right?
3.
Okay,
I think it's 3.
Let's say 3.
Yeah, I think it's
3.
Can
I give you a dream scenario?
Dream? Sure.
Yeah.
I know this is gonna be good.
A nice undercard. Let's say with 2 fights before the Pacquiao Mayweather fight. I would go Timothy Bradley, Amir Khan, as the co-main event, okay? And then throw in Lara against Demetrius Andrade. I know that would never happen, okay? I know that would never happen, but if they really want to make a statement, this is something that they should do. I would try my best. Go ahead, Dustin.
Did you just say Laura versus Andrade?
Yeah, why not?
On a Mayweather undercard?
Yeah. Laura's a what? He's an Al Heyman fighter, no?
Yeah, but I'm just saying Laura's already giving you the proof is in the pudding that he doesn't want to engage. So we're gonna have two guys that don't engage. Just doesn't make sense. Then two southpaws. I mean, I don't know, man. That doesn't sound like it's gonna be it doesn't sound like it's gonna be a fun fight. It sounds like it's a fight that needs to take place in the division because of to see who's good, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be a good fight, man.
But these dudes need to step up, man. Fight good names. I mean, imagine one of them make a statement against each other. Imagine one of them make a statement, like a dominant win on the undercard of Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. I mean, it's like people don't want to take risks. I'm just saying, listen, I know it won't happen. I know the politics of the game. I understand that. I've been watching enough boxing to understand this has been going on for a long, long time already. But I'm just saying, in my opinion, a stage, a platform for the next guy to show what he has, because Mayweather and Pacquiao are clearly not gonna be around very long. Guys to take that next step, do it on this undercard. You know what I'm saying? Nice fight, like Amir Khan versus Bradley. Why are people afraid of
that? Is a fight.
Al Heyman versus a top-ranked fighter. Do it.
That is a fight. That is a good fight. That's no one mentioned that. I mean,
it costs too much money, Nez. You got to be sort of real about it. You can't just fantasize about fights that are never going to happen. Do you know what I mean?
It's true. It's true. Listen, 917.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Can I make one more point?
Sure.
Can I make one more point? All right. Fight doctors got to stop being a hater on Triple G. Nobody wants to fight that dude. All right. See the obvious. Nobody wants to fight him at middleweight. Nobody. Okay? He's a hater. That dude will beat everybody in middleweight. I said this yesterday. And another thing about Stu doesn't like Stu doesn't like Floyd Mayweather. I don't blame him. He's an ass, but he's a great fighter. Okay? He's a great fighter, and that's what makes boxing great, is that we have hate for somebody and we can't wait to see them lose. I hope Mayweather loses that fight. If I could hear these Flomos just shut the hell up. But I want Manny Pacquiao to earn it. You know what I'm saying? I want him to go in there. I don't think he's gonna win. That's my point. I love guys like Stu that have passion for boxing and can't wait to see Mayweather get knocked out. That doesn't mean he's a racist. He just doesn't like Floyd Mayweather.
And to be honest with you, it's not really.
I'm black and Puerto Rican. I don't like it.
It's not to see Floyd get hurt either. I don't wish hurt on any man. It's to shut these little Floyd Mayweather fans up. If Floyd loses, these guys are going to disappear. They're going to crawl back under their little rocks, and we're not going to hear from them again. And it's going to be great. So, can't wait for that.
I agree with you, Stu, because they're not real boxing fans. Those guys are not real boxing fans. I bet you if Mayweather wins, you'll still be on the air.
Of course, I will. I mean,
you willing to debate? You willing to say, "Hey, I was wrong." I don't know if you made your pick yet, but if you do pick him, you know what I'm saying? If you pick Manny Pacquiao and Pacquiao loses, you willing? That's boxing.
Yeah, and I'll be moving on because I'm a boxing fan. I'm not a fanboy. Not one fighter do I look and think, oh, my life depends on this guy. I like boxing. So whoever wins and loses, I'll carry on.
That's right. That's right. One quick point. I went through something like this already. I was a huge Marvin Hagler fan. He fought Sugar Ray Leonard. We debated that for years. Sugar Ray beat him. And I say he got robbed and everything. But I can look back at it now and say, hey, you know what? Marvin Hagler gave up the first 5 rounds. He deserved to lose the fight. That's it. That's my point, now.
I had Hagler winning that fight.
Well, all right, brother. Let me get to some other callers, man.
Too.
All right. 484, you're live. Stuart, I know you felt good they stuck up for you there. 484. 484.
Yeah.
Yes. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's up, man? First time, long time.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Yo, it's CeeLo, originally from Santo Domingo, raised up in Dykeman, New York, now out of Norristown, PA. How y'all doing?
What's up? That's what I'm talking about. Get my Dominicans up in here.
Yo, mi gente, check this out, man. I just got a couple of topics to hit y'all on, man. The last few opponents they each faced, if you look at them, Floyd's faced a bunch of plotters. I mean, you talking about Maidana. You talking about who else is on there? Alvarez, man, Guerrero. I mean, Cotto might be the closest thing to a stylish boxer. Now you talk about Manny, Chris Algieri. Fine, he's not the biggest puncher, but he's a great mover. I mean, I remember even you bigging him up. He was like a dancer on stage or whatever. And Timothy Bradley. I mean, Brandon Rios, yes, a punching bag. Marquez, great counter puncher. So if you look at their opponents, if there's anybody that's fought, there's nobody like Manny. There's nobody like Floyd. That's right. But I mean, if you see the last set of opponents they fought, Manny's fought at least a combination of something similar to Floyd. Where Floyd, he's faster than all these guys, and all these guys talk about, yeah, Floyd has stinking power. How about Manny, man? He look at when he popped Shane Mosley with that shot. Shane was like, holy shit, what the fuck was that? And then the Marquez fight, yeah, he got knocked out. He was clipping him in that fight. Man, he punched Tim Bradley so hard he broke his ankle. I mean, dude, y'all gotta look at it for what it is. Another thing, the fight doctor. My man, you can't call yourself a doctor if you don't got a PhD. You contradict yourself. You said, fuck the undercard. And then in the next conversation, he's talking about we need a great undercard. So fuck all that. A big thing with me is this. The whole steroid thing. All these dudes I know got popped are TMT fighters. And now there's not been one reporter to say, yo, Floyd, is your dudes getting popped? So how the fuck are you cleaning the sport? And now you hire the dude that you were claiming was Juice and Manny. So that whole thing is bumblefuck. That's just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feel about that?
I definitely agree because I feel like he should be getting more criticism, but I think that he took it in early before the fight got signed by setting out the little pictures and showing that they was just stretching and then actually giving Ariza a contract. So I think by at this time everybody's like, that's who he's working with. It's no big deal. But you're right, it should be scrutinized a little bit more.
I mean, dude, not one reporter, not one person. I say, yo, wait a minute. You out here, props to you, man. Yeah, big up. You're cleaning up the sport. How the fuck is your own gym? Two of your dudes got popped. Tell me one wild card fighter that's gotten popped. None.
I don't know.
None, dude. I'm telling you, man. And yo, I'm telling you, everybody's talking about Floyd's his movement and everything. Floyd's in that shell, man. Floyd invites you to come in. Manny is different from all these fighters, and yeah, Floyd is different too. But Manny is different, man. That he's gonna match him foot speed, man. He's in and out, side to side. Rios was saying, dude, all I saw was flashes. De La Hoya was saying the same shit, and they talking about power, dude. He ended Margarito's career. Like none of these fighters. I mean, they go on, yeah, they fight, and Floyd could go on and say, yeah, I'm 48 and old, blah blah blah. Dude, look at the same fighters they fought. I mean, in my opinion, Floyd, Manny has looked more dominant. And they talking about, yeah, Manny gets hit. Yeah, he gets hit because he's coming. He's throwing punches like a Tasmanian devil, man. He's clipping you. He's moving in and out. He ain't the easiest dude to hit either. They talking about he fought bigger guys. Yes, it's easier for Manny for Floyd to fight these bigger guys because he's faster than them. Now you got Manny. They talking about, oh yeah. Now they talking about he's a midget. He's smaller. Blah blah blah. But fucking 3 years ago, Floyd Mayweather was talking about, oh, I'm worried about my safety and all this shit. Like
Come on now, man. Listen, it's gonna be a good fight. Who the hell knows who's gonna win at the end of the day? One shot could change it all. But I'll tell you something. You could ask Ricky Hatton, De La Hoya, Shane Mosley, Victor Ortiz, Cotto, all of them dudes, man. Yeah, Floyd could punch, but I'm telling you, Manny has pop, man. Manny has that flash that Floyd has not been hit with. He's been hit with by what was this dude, man? Oh man, by Zab. He got clipped by Zab. He got clipped by the other dude years ago when he fought him, the other left-hander. Oh, I forget his name. I forget his name now. It's running out of my head. But I'm telling you, dude, they never faced anything like they're about to face with each other. But I'm looking at their resumes and the last few fights. If there's anyone that's kind of like paved, like is on the road to fighting at least a similar style, it's Manny. Manny's been fighting. Timothy Bradley ain't no joke. People sleeping on Timothy Bradley. Chris Algieri. I mean, listen, man, I'm not going to call him a bum. I never thought he was all that. But the dude can move in that ring, man. And, I mean, Manny, brute, inside the cage, outside the cage, on top of the cage, Manny dominated him. Yeah, he got clipped with right hands. But, I mean, I'm telling you, man, Manny blitzed him. Dude, that was a whitewash, man. And I'm telling you, y'all going to be surprised, man, because it's going to come from all angles. That turtle shell, once Floyd gets clipped, like he did against Mosley, like he did against Tab, like he did against this other dude I keep forgetting that clipped Cotto too back in the days, I'm telling you, he's going to fight. And that's what we're going to see what's up. Because Floyd, listen, I'm not a big Floyd fan. I respect the dude. To me, his biggest win was the Hatton win. But I'm telling you right now, man, once he gets clipped by Pacquiao, that's when we're going to see a fight, man. And that's when we're going to see. I'm telling you, man, they're going to be brawling in there for a little bit. I think it's going to be a quick fight. Once Manny clips him, and Manny is going to clip him, because let me tell you something. Maidana, Marco slow-ass Maidana clipped Mayweather in the first and in the second fight. And if Maidana could clip him, I'm telling you, man, that lightning and thunder is going to come from all over, dude. He's going to get hit by Manny. I mean, they just no way around it. Matrix, all this bullshit. This dude got hit by Maidana. I mean, Maidana is not the fastest dude. If Maidana can hit him, Alvarez fought the wrong fucking fight. And if people go back and talk about Marquez, please add the whole weight bullshit in that fight. Look how fat Marquez was. I never seen that dude with puttiness in his stomach like he had for that fight. It was supposed to be at 144. Then what was it? The day before, I'll give you an extra $300 or whatever. We're gonna fight at 147. Fuck. They didn't even show the weight before the fight. So y'all know there was some fugazi shit going on there. But I'm telling you right now, the whole Ariza thing, the whole let me clean the sport thing, and yet your gym is the dirtiest. Come on now. There's something there. And this whole xylocaine bullshit that the fight doctor's talking about, a so-called fight historian, motherfucker, you should want a fucking good undercard if you're a big fight historian, man. And fuck this white, black, Mexican shit. Put Lomachenko with a good fight. I don't care who the fuck it is. It's got to be a good fight. If it's Lomachenko, put him in there with Walters. Put him in there. That TMT, dude, one thing.
But they ain't doing that.
Whoever the fuck they're going to have fighting, it's going to be bullshit.
They're not doing that, though. They're putting them in there with somebody nobody don't even know.
From the corner. You know what I mean?
But listen, let me get to some other callers, brother. But they not doing that. They put them in there with somebody that we don't even know. But 856, you're live. Who's this? 856.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Yeah, what's up, brother? How you doing? How y'all doing? The Rob Lee student, everybody? Go ahead.
What's happening, bro?
What up? What up?
I'm all right. Man, I'm just calling, man. The last dude that you talked to, man, he just talking about his behind, man. He's a Mayweather hater too, like still talk about all these people that Mayweather don't fought. Come on, man. He gonna get clipped. Mayweather been hit by everybody he fought, and he still stood. He still fight. Like, I don't understand how people is so. Like, I understand Mayweather ain't a knockout artist. Is this how Stu gonna say Mayweather and Chris Algieri hit about the same? How he know? He been hit by both of them? Have you been hit by Mayweather or Chris Algieri? Mayweather boxed his whole life. Chris Algieri's a kickboxer. Now if he got kicked, if he kicked Pacquiao, maybe you could say something. But Mayweather's gonna wash Pacquiao. He's gonna time him the first couple rounds, and he's gonna beat him. He's gonna wash him. He's gonna eat his food, and Pacquiao probably gonna hit him a couple times. Shane Mosley almost knocked Mayweather out. His knee almost hit the canvas. And and Shane Mosley hit harder than Pacquiao? I believe so. How about y'all?
I don't know. I don't know who hit harder out the two, to be honest with you.
I believe Shane Mosley probably did hit harder than Pacquiao, but Shane Mosley hit Mayweather with 2 flush shots and almost dropped him. Mayweather still stood up.
Yeah, but I never said Floyd Mayweather didn't have a good chin. I just said it a minute ago. He's got a very good chin, Floyd Mayweather. He takes a good shot. He does.
I don't see how people say that Pacquiao's gonna come with these hard shots like he never felt nobody hit before. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He been hit by bigger guys. He done fought a lot of bigger guys. Cotto beat his body and everything. Cotto was bigger than him. You know
This fight's going to points. This fight's going to points. You can talk knockouts all you like, but in reality, mate, if you're going to put some money on it, go and put points, because there's going to be no knockout in this fight. No knockout at all.
I'm not saying Floyd will knock him out. Yeah, it could probably happen. Only thing I could see him maybe doing is stay stopping the fight if he hurt him enough. But that straight right hand to Pacquiao body, that's right there gonna tame Pacquiao. Because you saw it, he did it to Madonna. Madonna come on the wild shot after about the 4th, 5th round. Mayweather catch him in that body with that straight right, and that slowed Madonna straight down. And that's gonna same thing. Pacquiao gonna be running in and out. All that, he gonna hit him in that body with that straight right, and then that straight right gonna come across right up top. I'm telling you, he's gonna slow him straight down.
Well, brother, let me get to some other callers, man. But thank you for calling in. Stu, I told you, man, you're gonna get it all night. 850.
I expected it. When you put Mayweather in the title, then you attract some very strange characters. So
no, nobody is strange. The only strange thing that took place was you saying Algieri and Mayweather had the same punching power. 850, you're live.
You can let me live that one down, yeah?
What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? Who's this?
Edric from Colorado.
Oh, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man.
Yo, you wouldn't happen to be the guy that I met out there, right? At the stadium? Were you at the fight?
No, I'm the one that called yesterday.
No. I know that you called yesterday. I know that you called yesterday. I just didn't know if we met at the arena when I was in Denver.
Oh no, I was gonna go, man, but I had some things to take care of, priorities. But man, you know, a lot of people say that I don't like Pacquiao or Floyd. I don't really have a favorite fighter. I just love boxing, and I want the best to win. And I'm happy to see that they're gonna fight each other. It's gonna be a good fight. I think if you talk bad about Floyd, then you're a Pactar, and if you talk bad about Pacquiao, then you're a Flomo. So it's a double-edged sword, whichever way you look at it. But I think it's gonna be a good fight because of the fact that Pacquiao, man, he's a legend, man. You know, he's done a lot of stuff in the sport. He's not like the rest of these fighters, man. Like you put in Algieri, some people thought Algieri was good. I thought Algieri was decent, but we saw the difference between a decent fighter or a good fighter and a legendary and a Hall of Famer. How he destroyed Algieri, you know. Just like if you put, in my opinion, Algieri in there with Floyd, same thing. Floyd's a legend. Floyd is a top level fighter. He would destroy somebody that's not at his level or near close. So I think that since they're both legends, it's going to be a great fight. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good fight. And Stuart, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey,
yeah, I'm here.
You know Carson Jones is the best fighter in ever, right?
What's the question, bro?
I said that's not a question. I'll tell you that Carson Jones is the next coming of the next great world champion.
Well, I don't know about that one, bro. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Brian Rose.
No, I'm playing. But,
I've never been a fan of Brian Rose. So, you know, no one can come at me and say, oh, Brian Rose got beat by Jones, because I couldn't give a shit. I've never been a fan of him. Eddie Hearn bigs him up to be some fighter that he's never been. And the guy's got 8 KOs. So it tells you what sort of puncher he is. Carson Jones has got a head like granite. He's a tough man to beat. He's a tough guy, Carson Jones. If he's on his game, he can give anyone a good fight. So it didn't surprise me at all that Carson Jones won that fight.
Yeah,
hey, Stuart, good choice of words, man.
Sorry?
Huh?
No, I was just saying good choice of words for Stuart.
Yeah. Were you surprised when Carson Jones? Because I honestly thought Carson Jones was going to get knocked out like maybe 10 seconds. And then for like a couple minutes, and then all of a sudden he just switched it around real quick with one punch, man. It shows that in boxing, one punch can change the whole fight.
Well, this is it. I mean, Carson Jones, take a very good puncher to knock Carson Jones out. I mean, Cal Brook hit him with everything he had for like, 22 rounds. Well, when did he get stopped? I think he got stopped in the 10th round or something. But 22 rounds, and that guy was taking punishment. So Carson Jones, very tough man. It didn't surprise me at all. Brian Rose, I mean, to beat someone like Carson Jones, you got to hurt him when they're coming forward. And I mean, Rose, he had one decent shot in there where Jones looked like he wobbled a little bit, but that was it really. Carson Jones. I mean, the refereeing was poor. Let's not forget the refereeing. But I still think Carson Jones would have won that fight. I'm not a Brian Rose fan at all.
Hey, one last thing. Did you? Well, two things real quick. Did you see Eddie Hearn's face when they were asking him questions and stuff? Man, that dude looked like he just lost $1 million. He didn't know what to say.
Yeah, because Eddie Hearn was bigging this guy up. It was ridiculous what he was saying about Brian Rose. I mean, he put him in there with Andrade, he nearly got the guy killed. So
he didn't want to shit on him on national TV, but he almost couldn't help himself. But he didn't want to shit on him either, because that's not professional. But it looked like he wanted to just shit on him, just tell him, "Oh, he got a lucky punch, this and that." But yeah, and I noticed that a lot, man. I've been watching a lot of Euro fighters and stuff, just to see what y'all got and stuff. And I noticed, man, y'all refs stop the fight so quick. Like, if they're hurt, man, they just stop it. I mean,
they're destroying the sport, mate. They're destroying the sport. That's why I'm not going to go. I'm not going to spend big money to go to an event, travel, get hotels, to go in there and see 2 rounds of boxing because someone slips on the canvas and gets stopped. It's not happening, mate. Yeah. And they're ruining boxing. And until these referees are sorted out, I'm going to stop going to fights. And I'm sure a lot of people think the same. I mean, are you going to go and spend $500 to $1,000 on a fight that gets stopped on one punch? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, Ness. Appreciate the time, man. That's pretty much it, man. Thank you, man. I like all y'all. Keep doing it, man. Keep doing the boxing voice, and hopefully I'm gonna win the title and be on here with y'all one day.
Yeah, why don't you give out your social media or something, man? So people can follow you. I mean, you are a fighter after all.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook at Edric Rosa, EDRIECHROSA. I'm a Puerto Rican. I'm a flyweight. I won. I got second in national and stuff like that. Pretty good. I'm just waiting to go back to Panama City, Florida, and start this journey that I'm gonna do, and hopefully, do some big things. I got power. I got good speed. I move my head. I don't use my hands to block. I move my hands. I'm a big body puncher, and I love boxing, and that's it, man.
Well,
and
all
on
right,
Twitter
brother.
at Edric Rosa, at Edric R.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in. 559, you're live. Who's this?
Yo, it's Jay. What's going on?
Oh, actually, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. Oh, man, I forgot. Yo, I think I got like 4 people on Skype. I sure enough do too. All right, who was first? Jason Shaw, you're first. I'm sorry, brother.
Thanks, man. I was just typing. Don't forget Skype and shit. But thanks for fucking
putting it on Stewart like that when he was talking all that bullshit about Floyd having the same power as Algieri. That's exactly what he fucking said. Then he changed his mind like real fucking quick. I just wanted to ask Stewart, like, when he calls a show and he talks shit about Floyd like all the fucking time, does he have his like Amir Khan jersey on all the fucking time or what? Is he always wearing the Amir Khan jersey?
Well, what made you think I was an Amir Khan fan?
I know you
Or
are
did you
Amir
just
Khan.
assume?
I know
Or
you're
are
an
you
Amir Khan
assuming
group.
again?
I know you are. I know you are. Are you always wearing your Khan jersey when you call this show on? Or no? I'm just asking.
I'm a boxing fan. I don't wear fighters' jerseys. I bet
Yeah.
you've got yours on, though, haven't you? And I bet it's
No,
got
I don't.
Floyd.
I don't have any jersey.
I bet it's got Floyd Mayweather on it.
No, I'm just fucking with you. But I was gonna say. So everybody keeps talking about last time Floyd knocked anybody out was like Haddon, right? When was the last time Manny knocked anybody out? And he's supposed to be way harder hitting than Floyd. When was the last time he knocked somebody out?
It's true comment.
Very good point. Wow, good point.
No, but I don't understand why somebody like Ness or somebody like Stewart doesn't say some shit like that. Why do I have to fucking call in and say some bullshit like that? You guys should be saying that yourself.
No, because this is what the show is for.
Well, the question was asked about Floyd Mayweather's power.
Yeah, but Ness said he hits way harder than Algieri, which is true. I've seen fucking every time he was like the slow motion shots on Mosley, Maidana, Canelo, they didn't fucking come right back at him. They were moving back. That just tells me that he has enough power to keep fucking a savage like Maidana off.
That's more down to timing though than power.
Well, perfect timing is better than perfect timing. Yeah, probably gives him more power than he has, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, but that everybody keeps saying Manny has way more power, but nobody ever says who's the last guy Manny knocked out. It was Cotto, and I think if I'm not mistaken, Cotto was the catch weight, wasn't he? Am I wrong with that? And it was in the 12th round, right? And
it was a catch weight.
And I just watched Floyd versus Cotto. Floyd almost knocked him out in the 12th fucking round. I think he fucking rocked him, didn't he? In that 12th round, he was wobbly, and that was at 154. At fucking 154, Manny knocked him out at a catch weight in the 12th, right?
Manny Pacquiao made a right mess of his face, though, didn't he?
No, I'm all right, but that's what I had to say. Another thing, Ness, you were definitely wrong about that Lomachenko rant you went on, man. Come on, you know people at home are not going to be caring about if Lomachenko can speak English or Russian or he has a translator. Nobody's going to give a fuck about that. And I think you probably know that too. And Texas, that's out of the fucking question since he has a 5 or 6 fight deal with MGM. That's probably why they bought him 2 fucking Bugattis and shit, because they want to keep him there. Why would they do that to him? I think he even lives in the MGM. I think that big boy mansion is like a mirage. I always see interviews of him in like a fucking penthouse. I don't even think he lives at that big ass house. He lives at the MGM, like the penthouse or some shit. That's what it feels like. Have you seen those videos of him at that high tower house? Have you seen that? Have you noticed that? I think that big boy mansion is just for like all access, just to show off that big house. That's what it feels like. It's like to keep the fans knowing that he's doing all this big shit. I think that's like part of his MO, just to show off. Like you said, he's all that. Trying to sell his whoever the caller said he's trying to just sell his fights by showing off and all that. And I think it does bring more views, for the casual fans, because everybody likes reality TV show now, and that's what most viewers watch these days, reality TV shows. That's why he's got a
good point.
And another thing, man, everybody's on Santa Cruz's ass about fighting bums. I don't understand. Isn't there like a double standard with GGG? Why aren't people like Ness? You get mad about people going to GGG, but everybody's on Santa Cruz so fucking heavy. I don't get it.
Yo, let me ask you, son. Do you want to get hung up on?
Really?
How dare
What?
you? How dare you compare Triple G's resume to fucking Santa Cruz? Who Santa Cruz is fighting? I can't even name the last 3 names, bro.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying.
I don't even know their first or last name. I don't even know their nicknames. I don't even know those dudes' nicknames. Who are they? And I'm not even exaggerating. I don't remember his last 3 opponents. I just don't.
Yeah, but next is Abner Mars, right?
Abner Mars is on the same Atkins diet himself. What are you talking about?
You remember that? Oh yeah, I sent you that tweet after last night's show ended about the Oscar tweeting GGG and Lemieux end of the year. You saw that, right?
Yeah. Oscar's always tweeting. Let's make some fights.
Yeah,
He's
you're
always tweeting. Who was it? What did he say? Oh, Broner Matisse, anyone? We ain't get that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I believe that Oscar wants to fight. I mean, that's why Leo left. So, but him tweeting, he ain't doing nothing with that. Make a fight. I want to see fights made.
And people were saying, that stadium shit. Why isn't there a stadium? Wasn't Bob Arum building a stadium in Vegas? Does anybody have an update on that? Robbie or anybody? Can I get an update on that?
Man, I got say that again. I'm sorry.
I remember Bob Arum, like 2007. He said he was building like a 100,000 seater stadium in Vegas. I was wondering if there's an update on that since the fight is already here almost. It's like 2 months away. Is there an update on that stadium or no?
The one they were supposed to build?
Yeah, Arum said I'm gonna build a fucking stadium in Vegas, outdoor stadium for this fight in Vegas. Remember? You don't remember?
Yeah, man. Listen. I think you're a hater too. Because why are you bringing up that old shit, man? We got the fight.
No, I'm just making a few points. I'm not here. But another thing, and everybody, like I told you about Floyd's power, I wanted to make a point. I was frustrated that you guys didn't make it. And even Robbie, and I know he's not like a Floyd hitter, but he wants to see him lose once. I remember Robbie saying that. And Robbie said, finally, Floyd has given us this fight since 2009. But nobody ever mentions Manny or Arum saying Manny's scared of needles, and Roach saying in an interview, we fucked that fight up by turning down the drug test. Nobody even fucking mentions that. Everybody just goes to, finally, Floyd gave us this fight, finally. Like, all that shit didn't even happen. Like, that's like whitewash. Why is that? Is it so hard to mention that fact? Or?
Because right now, Floyd is the powerful person in the sport, and you have to respect that. If Floyd didn't want this fight, it wouldn't be happening. Yeah, and those that follow boxing on a regular basis, we all know that. So we do have to give Floyd credit for stepping up to the plate and finally taking this fight. And for the person that called in earlier, there normally are 4 pay-per-view.
Right, 3 are televised, right? 3 are televised, or 4?
So there you go.
Yeah, but
no,
it's televised, Robbie. There's only 3 that are televised, not 4.
Yeah, no, 1 is 4. Like a throwaway.
They normally do 4, Ness.
Listen, Jason, I gotta let you go. You got a feedback. Put yourself on mute. Mr. Wood, you're up.
Thanks, man.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Ness? Yeah, I've been sitting here. I want to ask y'all a question, man. I've been thinking about this. So everybody's picking Mayweather, right? For the most part, everybody that's calling up, you got a few people picking Pacquiao. I want to ask you in the panel, would your picks change if there was no drug testing for this fight?
Hell yeah, of course.
Okay, so you say that, right? Why would your picks change? Is that because of Ariza, or is that because of
just in general? Just in general, bro. Just in general. If they didn't test for this fight after Mayweather made that such a big issue, I would have an issue with this fight. I would be scared to what's going on.
Okay, and then the reason I'm asking that because I saw a video with Shane Mosley, and he was speaking on Manny Pacquiao's power, and this was like the end of last month. He was doing a video where I think Ellie sat back, and he said that he had never felt power like that when he got dropped in that Pacquiao fight. And he said he was dizzy when he was getting up, and he fought some big guys, and Mosley's known for having a good chin. But when he got hit by Pacquiao, he said he never felt power like that. And what he kind of said in more of that video is that if that particular Pacquiao shows up, he gives Pacquiao a better chance. Now, he kind of separated. He mentioned 2 Pacquiaos, that Pacquiao that he fought, and then the Pacquiao that we're seeing right now, the one that we've been seeing against Algieri, Brandon Rios, the recent Pacquiao. So I wonder, what do you think is Mosley really saying between the lines there? And what do you guys think about that?
Well, I watched that fight, and after Shane Mosley got dropped, he decided he wanted to be Manny Pacquiao's best friend all night, hugging, touching gloves. It was just like, I hated that fight. It was an awful fight. I mean,
but that don't have nothing to do with the point that I'm asking about him kind of.
Well, did that tell you the power? He didn't want to know. He stopped fighting after that. That's what I'm trying to say. That one punch, and I agree with what Moji said, because he weren't the same fighter after that punch. He was giving it a good go until then, and after that, he just went on the back foot, hugged Manny Pacquiao, touched his gloves all night. It was shocking.
Well, you, Stuart, you said you're the one that thinks that Marquez was on steroids. I heard you say that earlier.
Yeah.
You thinking that he was looking like a WWE guy or whatever. So you don't think that that's the case for Manny Pacquiao?
I was asked this question the other day, and I'm not going to sit here and say that Manny Pacquiao went on steroids because, like I said, I got no proof of that. So he could have been. He could have been. Around them times, there was a lot of fighters on steroids. It's only now they're getting exposed. So, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he was.
Okay.
But I'm not accusing him, by the way. either.
Yeah, I mean, we never know, but I'm just saying, based on, some of these things that people were saying, based on Freddie Roach coming out with the video where he said he didn't know what Ariza was giving Pacquiao and these shakes or whatever, and in his inconsistent, power in the way that Mosley was describing him, and Mayweather's come out and said, I don't see the same pop on his punches and things of that nature. It kind of make you think, was there something about that? I mean, that was the reason the fight didn't happen about 5 or 6 years ago, is because Manny Pacquiao didn't want to take the test. I think the fight would have happened a long time ago if he would have just,
I think Freddie Roach has even come out and said that was one of their biggest mistakes that he's done. So I think they knew that not taking that test was a big mistake.
And this is my thing. I think Mayweather always wanted this fight. I think that when Manny Pacquiao beat De La Hoya, Mayweather was retired. He came out of retirement pretty much immediately. He fought Marquez. And I think at the point when we saw Manny Pacquiao fight Miguel Cotto, and what happened in that fight, I think that's when Mayweather's father got involved and said something's not right about this, and you need to have the due test. And from that point on, that's where we got all this drama and stuff that happened. But I think Mayweather always wanted to fight all along. And then when we saw him go up to Manny in Miami recently, I wonder if that was really the reason why this fight is happening, because there really was no excuse from the Arum side as far as, we don't know what he was telling Manny Pacquiao. He could have been telling him, I'm trying to make the fight, Manny, but he doesn't want it, and since Manny didn't have a direct contact with Mayweather, there's a possibility that could have been going on, something like that could have been going on, because he wouldn't know either way who was telling the truth. So I just wanted to bring those points up.
Well, I spoke to Bob today, and that's not true. And he was actually happy to say that he feels vindicated, that everyone thought he was the reason this fight didn't happen, and now the fight has happened, So jokes on everybody else, actually. But listen, let me get to some other callers, brother, because we coming down the wire, and we got a bunch of people. So let me get to them. Oh, you're on Skype. I'm over here looking who's next. All right. You're gonna stay on? You got to mute yourself, buddy. What do we got? Robbie, you remember the last number we got to?
Yeah, you need to go back to 559 because you put him back on hold to get to the Skype callers, because you had 4 Skype callers, you said.
Yeah, I think 559 hung up. Poor guy. Let's hope I'm wrong about that. Let's look for him a little bit.
I think it was Jay. He normally calls.
Yeah, I think let me go down the line then. 856, did I go to you? 856. All right. 925. 925.
Ness, what's up, Ness?
What up?
This is Mo in Frisco again, bro. This is my second time calling.
All right, brother. Well, talk to us.
What's up, Robbie? What's up, Stewie? Let us show y'all.
Not much.
What's up, bro?
So first, I wanted to start it off by saying that I know you're saying that Stewie was gonna get a lot of, get hit hard today for the comments he made and for being a so-called hater, and I agree to some extent that he could be on that side of the extreme of being a hater. I agree with a lot of the things that he says, but in my opinion, what's just as bad or even worse? These motherfuckers who refuse to criticize these fighters and try to rationalize every single thing the fighter does and just blindly follows a fighter and never has anything negative or anything, anything that's negative being said about the fighter, even though it might be something objective. The first thing they want to do is say, oh, this dude's a hater, getting hella defensive and shit. Like, that's what's wrong with boxing right now. What's wrong with a lot of boxing fans?
I've been saying it for a long time, bro.
Boxing fan.
Yeah, I've been saying it for a long time.
It's not a lot of moderate boxing fans. Ness, man, you're usually the voice of reason on this show, man, and I love you, man. I agree with most of what you say. But when it comes to Floyd and when it comes to your main man, Danny Garcia, I mean, there's a level of bias there to where I can kind of see where you kind of hit the opposite side of that extreme. And man, it kills me, Ness. It kills me, man.
Okay.
Could
you give me an example of? You said that I have a bias towards Floyd.
Well, in certain situations, man. Like for instance, when bringing up what's his name over there, Stewie, brings up the point about no power, and then he's giving you Floyd not having no power, and you've even said in previous shows that the dude, you know, doesn't really carry much power. But then you're like turning yourself into a
but you see,
to argue against him.
But because I'm not gonna allow him to say that Chris Algieri and Floyd hit the same. They don't.
I said the KO ratio is about the same in recent years.
That wasn't his bigger
Stuart,
point.
enough people called in. Enough people called in and confirmed what you said, my friend.
Yeah, but say me lie, but of course Floyd Mayweather hits harder than Algieri, but when you look at their KO ratio, it's about the same.
Listen, it doesn't matter, Stuart. You said what you said.
Don't matter. I'll stick to my word.
Go.
I want to jump in and make a point here. All these people that are calling in and talking about Floyd stopping Manny, is everybody forgetting Floyd has got bad hands? That's why he doesn't knock out a whole lot of people. Yeah, he's got 26. He's got 26 knockouts in 47 fights, but most of those fights happened early in his career. Other than the Victor Ortiz fight, you haven't seen Floyd want to knock out anybody recently. That's why I think this fight is going to go the distance. Same with Manny. Yeah, Manny's got 38 knockouts in 62 fights, but most of the time you're going to see Manny Pacquiao go the distance with people. Anybody that thinks that this fight's going to end early, it ain't going to happen. It's going to go 12 rounds, regardless of who you're picking.
I agree, Robbie, and that's what I've always said about this fight. My initial thought was that this was going to be a 12-round fight. So all of a sudden, when the fight got made, and most of the people calling in talking about knockout this, and it's going to end early, this is legitimately probably the best fighter that Floyd has faced. I mean, it's the number 2 fighter of our generation. I mean, that's what the argument's been. So why all of a sudden now, Floyd's going to knock somebody out when he hasn't shown this in the past? Like it baffles me, bruh.
And one other thing you got to keep in mind with Pacquiao, he's not as risky as he used to be since he got KO'd by Marquez. He's a more thinking fighter now. He doesn't take as many risks as he used to. So he's not going to walk into something that he doesn't see because he's not that. If Manny would have fought Floyd before he fought Marquez the last time, you might have had a good argument about Manny walking into something. But now that ain't going to happen.
And I agree, and I mean a lot of it stems from that visual of seeing Pacquiao laying flat on his face after the Marquez knockout. But you got to put that in the context as well. I mean, I think Stewie, you said no, was it Stewie? It might have been you, Robbie, who said that this was just one of those punches, man. That was one of those 1 in a million punches. It was just fucking perfect. It took 4 fights. And it just clipped him right on the chin. I mean, this is boxing. Anybody that got hit with that shot would have probably did the same exact thing. You know what I mean? And I think that lasting image is what's making a lot of people forget what a talent this dude is, and then to all of a sudden just diminish this dude and just think he's going to get knocked out so easily by a fighter who hasn't knocked anybody out since.
Yeah, but what you're not factoring in, what you're not factoring in is Marquez didn't knock out any welterweights, but he knocked out Pacquiao. It's about accuracy, it's about time, and it's about being a counterpuncher, and it's about being the best counterpuncher. I don't
dispute that punch or that knockout.
And I hope that you wouldn't. I hope that you wouldn't. All I'm saying is that Mayweather could replicate that.
Really?
What? So Marquez, wait, Marquez has proven. No, let me ask you a question. Has Marquez proven to you that A, he could hit harder than Floyd, and B, that he is a better counterpuncher than Floyd? Has he proven that to you?
Who's a better counterpuncher than Floyd?
Has Marquez proven to you that he is a better counterpuncher than Floyd and that he could punch harder than Floyd?
No, Floyd is a better counterpuncher.
So then if Marquez could do it, why can't Floyd?
I'm not saying that he can't, and I'm not saying that the possibility is not there. It's boxing. Anything's possible. But to say all of us, I mean,
Was people saying this about his previous fights, that he's going to go in there? That's not what Floyd does, man. He's not a knockout.
Maidana didn't listen. It's valid for someone to call in and say Floyd is going to knock out Pacquiao because they're thinking about timing. They're thinking about. Hold on a second. They're thinking about timing. They're thinking about accuracy, and they're thinking about that he has legitimate power, not knockout power. He has legitimate power. He's been able to keep guys like Canelo off of him who weighed like 170 the night of the fight. Okay, so now with Pacquiao, the reason that it's within the realm of possibility is because Pacquiao was just knocked out by a smaller guy. So it is a huge possibility. You can't get mad if someone calls in and says they're gonna knock him out. The Floyd is gonna knock him out.
I'm not mad at it at all. It's just shocking that the overwhelming majority. Let me put it that way, then, just to clear it up, because I'm not angry about this one way or the other. I guess the point I was making is I'm kind of surprised at the overwhelming majority of callers that are calling in who has that stance. And I know you don't take that stance, do you?
No, I'm not picking him to knock him out. I'm saying it could definitely happen, but I'm picking him to just whitewash. It's gonna be another Canelo. In my eyes, I mean, you never know. I mean, with Pacquiao's abilities, his in and out style, his movement, it could be problems for Floyd. I mean, it took him a couple of rounds, you know. Like I keep bringing up, it took Maidana. If you want to be generous, it took him 5 rounds to get Maidana under control. But I just think that that's the problem. He's going to be able to do that.
Too busy for that. Manny Pacquiao's too busy.
He's going to be able to get it under control the way he did with Judah, the way that he did with Maidana, the way that he does with everybody. He's going to get it under control. It's going to take some time, but he's going to get it like he always does.
Don't agree with that at all.
I agree in a certain sense. Like I said in the beginning of the call about Stewie, I do agree with a lot of the criticism. I also do believe that Mayweather is a great fighter, and I actually think Mayweather will win this fight, and that it will go to distance, and it would be a lot. I think it'll be closer than you suggest, Ness, but that's just me. But I do think Floyd wins in a 12-round decision, man. So that's my pick. Robbie, you can put me down for that. Ness, dude, I love the fucking show, man. This is the best show on the fucking waves right now, bro. And I already told you last time I called, I got your fucking the donations going in every month, bruh. I already sent the 5-star review, man. I've been listening for years, man. I'm gonna continue listening, man. Good job.
Man, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Over the 3 shows we've done, it's overwhelming for Mayweather so far as the count is concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, obviously, it's going to be landslide, man. You got your Pacquiao fans, but it's very few of them. Now that this fight has happened, those guys that used to troll, they're not going to come on and really make a pick. Whatever. 409, you're live. Who's this?
JD.
JD, what up?
Chilling, man. Basically, I'm going with Pacquiao, man. I had some time to think about it. I don't think that's straight right. I believe they prepared for that, man. Freddie Roach, you know, I think he's gonna basically, you know, at the end of the day, I don't think Pacquiao's gonna get hit with that straight right too many times because they're gonna prepare for it. You know what I mean? I don't see Freddie Roach not preparing for that. You know, that's his biggest punch. And then I don't know, man. Like I said before on the first night that they made this fight, basically it's gonna be a fight that Mayweather's gonna be drawn to fight a style that he's never fought before. You know what I mean? He's gonna be forced to throw a lot of punches, and that might not work in his favor. In order for Mayweather to win this fight, he has to throw a lot of punches, and that might not work in his favor. Just trading with Pacquiao like that, he might get caught. You know, I see him getting clipped and hurt, but yeah, man, I want to say this. I gotta say this shit, man. That one caller from Hawaii, that dude is funny as shit, man. But that's all I got, man.
All right. All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in, and we do appreciate it. Remember, guys, if you're listening on YouTube, you know I need you to press that like button. We're going to do this every single show. Look, man, you guys asked for a show. I came on here. I'm dedicated, so show some love. Pressing that like button costs you nothing. Just like using that Amazon link costs you nothing. Everybody shops on Amazon. I don't even leave this house anymore since I quit. Amazon is all I use. Obviously, my wife has to go to, food market for certain things, but you can definitely do all your shopping on Amazon. So you can get to that through the YouTube, through the mobile site or the .com, the boxingvoice.com. So please use that. Remember, it costs you absolutely nothing, but you will be supporting your favorite podcast. So why not do it?
Popping all this champagne, popping all this rose, getting money like Jose, chain cold, Norway, shorty wants that foreplay, I'm like, no way, gotta rock it like Coldplay, killing it, OJ.
Yo, man, I'm gonna need some money like Jose, man. I read that article today and pretty disappointed, man, to see that there might only be 1,000 tickets up for sale. Is that right?
Jose, but just tell everybody where you found that out first, though.
I read it on your article. You ruined my day, man. I read it on your website.
Hey, listen. Don't shoot the messenger, but I got it to you fast, like UPS, FedEx.
Yeah, man. That means I gotta hire people, man, just to be fucking manning the computers to be able to get some tickets, because I don't want to pay, $2,000 for an $800 seat or for $1,000 seat, man. Like, it sucks that I'm going to be sitting in the bleeders anyway. I don't want to be spending $4,000 to go with me and my wife. It's just ridiculous, man. I mean, at some point there's a limit to, I just think it's bullshit that they would do that. I don't know why they would punish the fans, and they're somehow just going to leak those tickets to secondary sellers. And I just don't like that, man. I think that's really shady. And I don't know, it's bad enough that we're going to have to pay that much money for bad seats, but now they're going to force us to pay double or triple the money, right? So
that's why Bob Arum wanted to build a stadium.
And I was in total disagreement, but now, man, I wish I wouldn't have said something like that. Not that it would have made a difference, but yeah, horrible.
Oh,
man, horrible.
That reminds me, before we continue, that stadium idea never did get off the ground. They never did start construction or anything on that. So,
Robbie, tell me you're not serious right now. You don't really think that there was a stadium that was really going to get built? Like, you don't think there was an actual architectural blueprint for a building, right?
No, but somebody did ask about that, so I wanted to let them know that it never did happen.
Because it was always just some bullshit Bob Arum made up.
Go ahead, Jose. Sorry about that.
Well, no, I was just going to say, man, it just, you know what? If you think about it, I was talking with Kimo the other day on Twitter there, and he's saying, oh, no, like, there's no way in hell a celebrity is going to sit past the ones, man. They won't even sit past the floor seats. So, I mean, the people that are going to be up in the rafters are going to be people that are like us, like, diehard boxing fans that are going to make, like, incredible sacrifices to be able to go. And on top of that, they're going to jab us. And it's not even like that money is going to Floyd or to Manny, man. Like those things are going to like ticket brokers and people that have connections with the MGM and other things. So, I mean, I wish, like, maybe Floyd would have thought about that. I mean, I know he's doing it for his own interest to be at the MGM because they're paying him more. But I'd rather pay double the price and have that money go to Floyd and go to Manny. Even though it's not my money, I'd rather go to their pockets than to the pockets of some like slimy ticket sales guys, man. And it just bothers me, like really, really, like pisses me off, because now I've already booked my hotel, I got my flight, and now I don't even know if I'm going to be able to watch the fight, and I might have to spend $200 to watch closed circuit. I'd rather just watch it at my house, So I don't know, man. I'm sure there's a lot of people in my situation. And
well, Jose, look, you're one of the guys. I mean, you could always go to Rob's house and watch it over there and just come down for the experience. That's what I'm doing. I'm going for the experience. I haven't made up my mind if I'm going to cover the fight. I'm pretty sure they're only going to give us one credential for this one. So I don't know. I feel like our Vegas correspondent deserves it. He's the one that puts in the work in Vegas. So I feel like I'll just go out there for the event, be there for fight week, meet all the guys. But I don't mind at all watching it on TV because that's where I prefer it. I don't want to hear people yelling. I don't want to hear someone asking me questions. I just want to watch my fight. Don't bother me.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, I love boxing. I've watched so many fights and I've gotten excited watching them. but I've never felt the thrill in my life like watching any sporting event. Like I felt like when it was like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. versus like Martinez in Vegas, when Chavez knocked him down, and like that rush, man, that thrill is only lived live, you know, unfortunately. And you know, I want to be part of it. I mean, it's a once in a once, and that's why you do all the trekking to the fights, and you go and you sacrifice, hoping to finally get one of those fights. And when you get it, it's going to be stolen from under you, and you won't even have a chance to experience it, right? I mean, you know, it just kind of sucks. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, well, we feel exactly alike because I would have wanted this to be somewhere else, and I think it sucks when I hear guys call in here and tell me they're saving up or they save $3,000 to buy a ticket. Man, I mean that's totally unfair to the fight fan. It's just totally unfair. You know, he should have a bigger arena and make it as intimate as possible. But for the lower seating, you know, for those rich people that he wants to have there. But come on, man, this sport was built on the working man. This is a blue collar sport. You know what I mean? Give it back to us. Give it back to us. This is supposed to be our birthday and we can't even go to the party.
Yeah, and the rich guys are going to get to buy the tickets at face value. You know, in the working class, we all got to pay like 3 or 4 or 5 times the value of the ticket. That's where it's whack, you know? I mean, that's my problem, is that a select few people that can truly afford it are going to be able to pay like the same cost that the ticket should cost for that seat, right? I mean, there's going to be people spending close to the same value that it would cost to sit in the floor, right? To sit in some seats, right? So I mean, who knows what the tickets are going to go to and how it's going to be done. But I mean, I guess it's going to be like a lottery style as to who can get it. I mean, it is a big event. At the same time, you know, we're all clamoring the fact as boxing fans that we get to be on the world stage and our sport gets to be there front and center. So I guess it's no different than the Super Bowl, man. Like, you know, maybe I'm just crying sour grapes, you know, but it is what it is. It's going to be a worldwide sporting event, and maybe it does deserve to go this way, but I'm just saying on a personal level, it sucks. That's all.
Exactly.
No, we feel your pain, man.
Well, anyway, Robbie, you going to head down there too, man, to Vegas? You going to go down for that stag and hang out, or?
No, man. I want to be able to watch it on my TV. And the rooms are I can get a flight easy enough. That won't be a problem. But the rooms, they're outrageous. There's no way I could afford anything like that.
Man, there's a lot of lady listeners, I'm sure, that'll offer a spot on their bed for you, Robbie.
Whoa. Oh, imagine that. Robbie start getting a bunch of phone calls like, Robbie, I'll give you a room. Man, if she sounds like that, Robbie, you better not take that room.
That's right. That's right. I can't believe you said that, Jose. That's too much.
Hey, Jose, let me get to some other people here.
All right, guys.
Who we got? Let's see if we get lucky, man. I'm not sure. Actually, no. 816, you're live. 816. All right. He doesn't want to talk. I think this is Wood, man. Let's hope it is.
It's Baltimore, gentlemen. The gods will not save you.
No, sir.
Guess not.
What up, CTV? This is Justice back at it, calling out of Charm City, man. I had so much to say, so, you know, a lot escapes me at this time. But I have a question first, right? Did anybody get the scoops on who's on the undercard? Have they decided that yet?
Yeah, Lomachenko and Jesse Hart so far.
You know, I heard someone talk about a dream card or a dream undercard. I had one of my own, you know. I would hope to get Triple G on there versus, you know, Mora. I mean, I really wouldn't care who he fights, but I think it would be great exposure for him on a fight of this magnitude, because he really wouldn't need I think a fighter who fights on a Mayweather undercard of this magnitude wouldn't really need a big name like a Cotto or whoever to launch them to that stardom at this point, especially if he you know, he performed on that night how he's been performing in the past, right? And I would want to see Khan versus Cotto. Yeah, I said it, Khan versus Cotto. This is a fantasy, you feel me? And maybe put a squeeze Kell Brook and Keith Thurman in there. You know, maybe if we can get in. I know it's short notice. He got a fight coming up. I understand that, but you know, this is fantasy, right? So moving on. You know, just shouts out to Money Man Pacquiao. I know I come across sometime as a Pacquiao hater, but you know, I used to cheer for the dude back in the day. Not too long ago, right? But his fans pretty much disgust me. They disgust the fuck out of me, and I'm gonna tell you why. People, you know, they talk about Flomos and things of that nature, right? But Flomos isn't half as bad as Pac fans. We're talking about a cancer to the sport. See, I like Pacquiao, right? And it's kind of unfair to him to a degree, but I don't care because when he rose to stardom after the Oscar De La Hoya fight, right? He brought a fuckload of racist fans with him. We talking about racism towards Triple G. That's all conspiracy. But his fans bring in the niggers, the monkeys, and you know, and all that stuff. So this is the only reason why I was split in the middle once upon a time, at least 6 years ago, when they was first scheduled to fight. But it kind of you know, it took the scale for me because now I just want to see him go. You know, when he go, the racist fans go, and you know that's the only thing that I really had against him. Other than that, he's a hell of a fighter. He's a great fighter. He had a great career though. I think him and Floyd careers are somewhat even as far as the Hall of Famers they have on their resume. One guy really doesn't stand out above the other, and as far as the resume go, I think they both have like marquee wins. Like I think Pacquiao best one at this point is to me, in my opinion, is Timothy Bradley, and for Mayweather, as far as his who really pose a threat to him to me is Corrales. Everybody else after I seen that fight, I pretty much picked Floyd. I know it was so long ago, but I mean I know I seen greatness in him. So I mean, you know, and as far as one guy called you biased, man. I don't know what's in the water, man. You know, because I heard your criticism towards both fighters, you know, have been fair. I mean, you do since you are pretty much of a fanboy, you're Danny Garcia, but all of us have our picks. I mean, you know, you could be a Lakers fan and still like basketball. I mean, at the end of the day, in the sport of boxing, the fighters are the brand. So, you know, for one guy, Sugar Ray Leonard may have made him fall in love with boxing, you know, and become a fan of the sport. For another guy, may have been Muhammad Ali, or it may have been a Mike Tyson or whoever. The fighters are the brand. They don't operate on as teams. You know, it's a one-man show out there. So of course you're gonna have your picks for whoever you think express the true science of the sport that appeals to you. But I think you know, I'm not trying to hold y'all head to the phone all day, right? But I'm gonna give my pick. I'm going with Floyd, not by knockout, but at least by unanimous decision. I said split decision in the past, but I think he might beat him pretty convincingly. You know, I don't know why, but I just have a gut feeling on that. So that's all pretty much I had to say right now. You know, I had more to say, but a lot escaped me. I've been on hold for so long.
Hey, brother, man. Thank you, of course, for calling in. I just want to take the time. I'm glad you reminded me, Trump City. Listen, I want to take the time to remind you guys that we really have no control over the amount of time on hold. There's a lot of people. I mean, I wish I could take a screenshot so you could see the amount of callers. I just told you that today I had to upgrade to allow more people in because there was a lot of you sending me messages saying that you couldn't even get in anymore because it was too packed. So, you know, you got to bear with us. That's why I sit in this chair 3 hours and 40 minutes sometimes to make sure everyone gets a call. So you guys you gotta help me here, man. You gotta understand it's a long line. And, you know, like a ride at Great Adventures, baby, you got to wait for something great. But, you know, you get your time. And if you get in early, you get extra time, basically, because there's no rush on you. Once that clock hits a certain time and we got to get on drive-by, it's not our fault. So call in sooner. 254, you're live. Who's this? Excuse me. 240. My bad. 240.
Hey, what's up, Ness? How you doing, man? Shout out to the whole Boxing Voice. Everything y'all do, first time caller, long time listener. I gotta say, man.
Wait a minute, buddy. It's tradition around here, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Made man, you know what I'm saying? How you doing? Live from DC. I just want to go on into about this Floyd Mayweather Pacquiao thing, man. Man, let me tell you something, man. This fight right here is just everything that boxing should be about. I like the feeling that's in the air about this fight. I like the fact of the matter that boxing is front and center now amongst other sports. And I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of people don't give the man his respect, but you got to thank Floyd Mayweather for this. The man is sitting at the pinnacle of boxing, and he's taking boxing to heights that boxing has not been at in quite some time. And then on top of that, I look at this situation and I say, Floyd is flying real high, man. Like the era where he is got to be real thin, because he get this 6-fight deal. They pay him all this money. So now the pressure's turned up a notch. You know what I mean? Then on top of that, believe it or not, against a lot of people's consensus, he is getting in there with dangerous fighters. Marcos Maidana is a dangerous fighter. Robert Guerrero is a dangerous fighter. You know what I mean? So for him to be flying at that height, and then with the pressure of the numbers that's on his back, on top of all of that, approaching the Rocky Marciano record, which, 3 fights out from that? You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see who will be that 50th fight. You know what I mean? But he has that pressure to deal with as well. On top of that, he got a whole country in the Philippines, and maybe even the whole continent of Asia, for that matter, rooting against him. You know what I mean? The heights that he's flying at is unparalleled right now. You know what I mean? And I say to myself, and I say, I remember when he stepped on the scales against Saul Canelo Alvarez, and I remember the smile and the fingers he put up, and how he just smiled to the cameras, knowing that the entire world is against him, man. That's just got to be something to see. And this is hard for anybody to have to deal with that sort of pressure. So for Floyd to do that, man, I take my hat off to him, whether you're a fan of him or not. If you're a fan of the sport, you just got to appreciate that. You know what I mean? More so onto the fight between him and Pacquiao, though. Yo, man, I don't see a lot of avenues for victory for Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? And I'm calling this thing, I'm not biased on either side, but I just don't see a lot of paths to victory for Manny outside of outworking Floyd, hoping to outwork him and maybe outland him, such as like Luis Castillo did, or maybe hoping that Floyd's going to fall susceptible to that southpaw. Outside of those two angles there, I don't see many paths to victory for Manny. I mean, Floyd struggled against the southpaws in the past. We all know that. But what happened? He always adjusted. And I still think he beat Castillo with one arm. I mean, what more can Manny do? He's going to throw a bunch of punches? Is that what he's going to do? Floyd is going to sit back, pop shot him. Everybody's thinking he's going to do that pull counter right hand. I don't even think that's going to be the main punch that do Pacquiao in. It's going to be that jab to the stomach. It's going to be that spearing jab to the stomach that he displayed against Canelo, that he displayed at points with Maidana. Now, power-wise, power is not even a factor in this. I think actually Pacquiao is less powerful than Mayweather in this. The man has fought 240-pound fighters. Floyd hasn't fought a 140-pound fighter in how long? The man just fought Algieri, and he fought Rios. And these are two fighters that stood in front of him and let Pacquiao unload on them. Well, with the exception of Algieri, but Rios did. And he didn't even knock them out. So you telling me he's going to get in there with a true welterweight, and he's going to knock out a true welterweight that has a phenomenal chin? Pacquiao, I think one of you guys said it earlier. I don't know if it was Robbie or Stewie. They said Pacquiao had a official knockout since what? Cotto? And even that, that was, maybe. You know what I mean? So I just don't see many paths to victory for Manny Pacquiao. I think Floyd's going to cruise through this fight. I think he's selling this fight as he should to make a whole bunch of money. You know what I mean? And I want to give a special shout out, if I can, to Bob Arum, man, for protecting Manny Pacquiao throughout these negotiations, man. That was awesome, man. You know what I mean? If we think that Floyd Mayweather is happy with giving up 40% of the revenue, I think we all are sadly mistaken. Is that the actual stat there, Ness? Is it 40%? I think he's giving up as far as for the money.
Yes, it definitely is.
40.
I must admit, I was very surprised when I saw that as well. I thought Floyd was going to hold out the 75.
if
you
we
know,
think
or
Floyd is
60,
happy with giving up
60,
40%, man.
65,
Hell
35,
nah.
whatever. I mean, I'm very surprised that he got that.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to thank Bob Abrams for that. And, you know, everybody who runs around here criticizing Bob Abrams, oh, Bob Abrams doesn't want the fight. Oh, he's trying to sabotage the fight. No. Bob Abrams was standing on the shoulder of Manny Pacquiao and saying, look, you're not going to screw over my guy too much. You know what I mean? Because not only is this legacy for Manny, this is also a legacy for Bob. You know what I'm saying? Like, he goes out with this. He's got already some of the biggest fights in history. Then you want to go out with this? Man, I think that's quite amazing. And if I can make one more point before I head on out, I think the only two fighters in the game today that truly gives Floyd Mayweather problems, and a lot of people may not agree with me on this, the only two fighters that I think that Floyd would, and you don't hear him saying these names much, is Amir Khan and Kell Brook, period, for reasons such as they fight similar to Floyd. And Floyd doesn't fight fighters that fight similar to himself. This is why he struggled against Chop Chop Corley. This is why he struggled against Zab. He doesn't fight those style of fighters. And you take Kell Brook, who's a timing puncher. He's not going to look in there to go wild. He's not going to look in there to do a bunch of running. He's going to probably try to grab Floyd. He's going to try to time him with one punch here, one punch there. You look at Amir Khan. Amir Khan is a pure boxer. Floyd does at 37, maybe going to 38 years old. I just don't think Floyd wants that particular style in front of him. And that he will take fighters no matter what their name. Marcos Maidana is a phenomenal fighter, but Marcos Maidana has a predictable style. You take guys like Canelo. Canelo is a phenomenal fighter, but yet Canelo is not a pure boxer. You know what I mean? Floyd doesn't fight that style for a specific reason. And I think Kell Brook and Amir Khan really got something for that, man. And that's my points.
Well, all right, brother. Thank you for calling in. I can't believe, man. First it was Amir Khan, now it's Amir Khan and Kell Brook. I want to see those guys in with some people, man, and see can't they, do what they're supposed to do. Oh man, who's the amateur? Who's the amateur?
The amateur.
Yeah, that's you. Why you're not?
Yeah, this is Sean Du, man.
Sean Du, but you got to mute yourself till I go to you, player.
Sorry,
but
bro.
it's all right.
Sorry.
You already on. Talk to us.
My bad, brother. I've been trying to get on. I have a 907 number, and it kept throwing me off, you know? So what I wanted to say is the people that are saying that Pacquiao doesn't have any power, these people are flomos, man. I'm sorry. You can call me a Pacquiao, whatever, bro. But this is not going to be a whitewash, bro. I hear you talking about Hatton. He took 10 rounds to knock out Hatton. Manny knocked him out in 2, all right? Now, from watching his movie, I could tell that this man was never on steroids. And I'm skeptical about it at first. But if you having power from the moment you stepped in the ring to the moment you're about to finish your career, there was no steroids involved. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, why the fuck Pacquiao got Alex Ariza in his corner? You know? So, you know, all that shit is bullshit. It's not gonna be a whitewash, man. I'm tired of people saying it. People are delirious, bro. You know, it's bugged out, man. You know? Because Manny could knock this guy out in the first round. Everybody's going to shut the fuck up after that. So, you know, that's what I wanted to say, my brother.
All right. All right, Sean Dude. Thanks for calling in.
Yes, sir. You have a good one, bro.
All right. Who else we got? We got, man, Sly, man. It's been a while, brother. I thought you got mad at us or something over here.
How's it going, guys? No, I moved house and I still don't even have the internet. I'm hijacking somebody else's internet in my building as we speak. Like 5 weeks and counting, no internet. It's fucking killer. But obviously, with the wake of the announcement of such a big fight, I had to do what I could to call in. I mean, I've missed so much in terms of the boxing world. Like pretty much the last 5 weeks without internet. Is it you, Robbie, that doesn't have internet? Or doesn't have internet access or something? Like I don't know how you can last. It's terrible.
Hey,
but has everyone been good? Is everyone feeling the fight?
On TV, man.
Huh?
I said they're putting plenty of fights on TV. I got no complaints.
Yeah, I just mean in terms of keeping up with the kind of, you know, the internet kind of boxing, you know, the boxing people online. They really keep you up to speed with what's going on. So I'm way off, but obviously, you know, even I managed to hear about the biggest fight of all time being announced, which, you know, I'm really happy about. We've spoken loads about, you know, are we happy with how things are going? And obviously we've got this fight now, which is just, yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, what's the general consensus, Ness? I mean, how are you finding most people are err on the side of Floyd, or is it quite 50-50 or?
Definitely Floyd.
Yeah. What about
No,
yourself personally?
It's like
Floyd.
80% Floyd, 20% Pacquiao at this point.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably have to agree with the consensus. I fancy Floyd in the fight, but I definitely think it's a fight of two halves. I think, Manny has to win the fight in the first 6 rounds for me. And he can do that, can't he? Because Floyd does traditionally start quite slowly. Maidana caught him in the 3rd round in their last fight and hurt him. Manny definitely could do that. I quite like what the last caller said, in that the Kell Brook Amir Khan could cause Floyd problems, because obviously if those two fight, then there's actually a chance that one of those two might get to fight Floyd, which is nice, or the winner of Floyd Manny. Like, I actually mentioned that a while ago when I called in. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, guys, I just wanted to call back in and just obviously say, obviously have a small comment on the fight. I haven't got a lot to comment on because I've been so out of the loop. I haven't had any internet. I've been moving house and everything. It's been, it's just been pretty hectic my end. But obviously, just wanted to say all right, really.
Well, Sly, I'm glad you called back, because I started to wonder what was going on with you, man. We're glad to have you back, and we hope you keep calling. Let me get to some other callers here. You guys are all on Skype. Hold on one second. Let me get to this guy. Muhammad, talk to me.
Hi, man. I'm calling from the UK.
What's going on? Talk to us, brother.
I just want to know where the term eating crow came from.
Man, I have no clue where that came from.
You got no clue?
Mm-mm.
All right, well, you guys use the term.
We use the term. We know what it means. Doesn't know I know where it originated from.
Right, man. For the Pacquiao and Mayweather fight, I got Pacquiao winning.
Okay, so now you know. Since I'm going to teach you the definition in case you don't know. Eating crow means you pick Pacquiao. So Sunday means you got to call in to eat some, because Pacquiao will lose. Because Pacquiao will lose, though.
Pacquiao, I got him winning every round.
Whoa, I think that's been the bravest prediction for Pacquiao yet.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm going with.
All right, that's all you got for us, man? First time caller, right?
Yeah, man, I was shocked. I got through straight away, so.
I mean, that's what I do, man. That's what I do for first time callers. You want to introduce yourself properly with this intro?
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut,
Muhammad.
All right, Muhammad, man. Next time, don't be so shy, brother. Let's get to some callers here. These phone lines are jam-packed. You got to press 646-478-3068. Press 1 if you want to talk to us. We're going to go to 361 Texas. Talk to us.
Yo, man, where do I begin? Oh, my gosh. These fucking guys. This is Tex, by the way, man. I'm in this chat talking a lot of shit to some people in here. Why are we still talking about this fucking stadium? Like, it's the fight's made. Why are we talking about 2009 negotiations? Fucking pointless. Like, come on, Flomos. Enough of this bullshit. Quit blaming Bob Arum. The fight is made. The fight's going to happen. We're going to see this shit go down. So that shit's pointless. That's first thing. Second, man, people in here, oh, gosh. They're talking about Floyd. Floyd's going to knock Pacquiao out. He's going to fucking whitewash him, win, 10, 11 rounds. Are you fucking kidding me? He couldn't even do that to Maidana in their first fight. The only reason he didn't even figure Maidana out first fight. People are saying, no, we figured him out after the 5th, 4th, whatever round. Nah, Maidana gassed. We all saw it. Maidana fucking straight gassed and could not keep the work rate up. And that is why fucking Floyd ran away with that fight. And yeah, second fight, okay, you figured him out. But shit, it took him 2 fucking fights. You're going to tell me Maidana's on Pacquiao's level? Fuck out of here with that bullshit. And you know what? Pac's going to fucking win May 2nd. I'm calling it right now. Fuck all these Flomos out here. I'm done with all these Flomos, fool. I just can't take it anymore. And that's it.
Hey, Tex, man, you better call in if your pick is wrong, bro. You know the rules.
I will call in. If my pick is wrong, I will call in. I'll eat the crow. But, man, I just can't even ride with Floyd because these Flomos are too fucking out of control, man. So I'm saying it right here. Tex dealer, Pacquiao's going to win May 2nd. Y'all already hear it, and I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I'm going to call in the next day, May 3rd, and we'll see how it is.
All right, Tex, thanks for calling in. For everybody that wanted to know, Muhammad, if you're still listening, where Crow originated from, well, it originated, first appears in print in the 1500s, 1571. So there you go. Kiddos, you're live on Skype. Talk to me, brother. Skype. Oh, he hung up, I guess. Okay. Let me go here to 762. You're live. Who's this?
First time caller.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Tariq out of Georgia.
What's going on, brother?
Aboard, man. Yeah, I was listening to the show, man. I gotta give it up to y'all guys. Y'all guys got a nice show. Ness, Robbie, Stewart, y'all not biased, so that's why I listen to y'all. I want to start off with the Kell Brooks thing, and then we'll get into the Pacquiao. A lot of people sleeping on him. I think he's the Tim Duncan, the boxing. He got the basics. He do what he got to do. He get it done. A lot of people thought he wasn't gonna win the fight. It's Porter. I had him beating Porter. Everybody thought I was crazy. You know what I mean? All right. Everybody talking about this, Mayweather Pacquiao. Everybody forgetting Styles makes fights. That's why there's gonna be a good fight. Styles make fights. If you look at the Roy Jones fight with Tarver, everybody said, well, Roy Jones gonna demolish him. But Styles makes fights. The second fight he had with Roy Jones, what he did? He knocked him out. He was a lefty too. So, Nez, I know you do the interviews. I know when you interview Roy Jones, he said he didn't want to talk to you till he know everything finalized. Would you ask Roy Jones when you had an interview with him, whenever you get an interview with him again, would you ask him how do he feel about a person fighting a southpaw that has the skills that Pacquiao has? You see what I'm getting at?
I hear you, but I mean, I would just ask him what's he think about the fight, because obviously the fight's taking place. But you know what? One time before, I heard him tell someone that he couldn't talk about the fight because he was going to be calling the fight. And if I ain't mistaken, Robbie, didn't I report that Roy is going to be on the telecast?
That's right. It'll be Jim Lampley, Roy Jones, and Al Bernstein doing the commentating, and then Jim Gray doing the Floyd Mayweather interview, Max Kellerman doing the Pacquiao interview, and both Michael Buffer and Jimmy Lennon Jr. will be there. Lennon Jr. will introduce Floyd, and Buffer will introduce Pacquiao. That's how it's supposed to work.
Oh, okay. Let me improvise on this. I know everybody was talking about, well, in the Algeria fight, Manny got hit with a lot of scrapes, which is true. All right. But if you look at the Gigi fight, he got hit with a couple little hits from Murray. And if you compare the two, the reason why it came up like that, once Pacquiao felt that Algeria couldn't hurt him, that's why he just went straight to him. He was trying to get him out of there. Look at the Murray fight. Murray caught him with a couple good hits. Now, if the guy had some power, Murray had some power, then, Gigi would have been like, okay, let me make some adjustments. Same thing with Pacquiao. If you look at Pacquiao fights, he got hit with the scrapes, but he never got hit that many times in a fight like Algeria hit him. So basically what I'm saying, when Pacquiao fight Mayweather, I mean, he's not going to come out there reckless and like, yo, I'm going to just be open and this dude going to counter me all night. You see what I'm getting at? So at the end of the day, it all balls back. Styles makes fights. That's why this fight is going to be a good fight, and everybody forgetting that. One caller call in, oh, he's a bum. He's going to get knocked out. He's going to get this. at the end of the day, will make this fight a good fight. Styles makes fights. So we gotta look at it like that. Anything can happen in this fight. Yeah, Mayweather could catch Pacquiao. Pacquiao can catch Mayweather. It all goes back. Styles makes fight. So a lot of the callers calling in saying, well, this is what's going to happen. Mayweather going to count him all day. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. I don't even think it's going to go down like that. I think it's going to go down either balling down to a draw or a split decision. Stylistic. Styles.
Well, brother, let me get to some other callers. We still got a pack of people that want to make their pick. 210. Let us know what you think. Texas, talk to us. 210. Going once. 518, you're live.
False time caller. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. Yo, man, I just gotta laugh, man. Yo, every time someone, they ask for the intro, and they just fuck it up, man. They just fuck it up, man.
Show them how it's done. Show them how it's done. Let's introduce. Now we didn't have a first time caller when you started calling in, Antonio. So you gotta show them how it's done.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
In the red corner, at 5'7", former strawweight, lightweight, super heavyweight.
Damn. Damn, from strawweight to heavyweight, huh?
Albany, man. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. Nah, no, but yo, first off, man, yo, there's so much to talk about, man. All these people, man. Yo, this is what I love about the boxing voice, man. We all have our own opinions, man, and we try our best to convince the next caller, to go by what we say, and that's what I like, man, because we arguing shit. Yo, man, but it's crazy. But first off, I want to say, man, whoever is talking about Amir Khan versus Cotto, it's fucking disrespecting the shit out of Cotto right now, man. And at the same time, trying to put Cotto on the undercard, talking about Cotto being on the undercard for May 2nd. That's a disrespect to Cotto, man. Let's leave Cotto alone for 1 minute, man. We fucking him up already with GGG, man. Let's not even talk about Cotto right now, man. He's irrelevant right now, man. He's got nothing on the table, so let's leave him alone for now, But as far as the Pac-Man Floyd fight, man. Shit, man. Shit, man. I'm not stupid, man. I know damn well Floyd watched all Marquez Pacquiao fights. He can say all he wants. He don't watch fights, man. This dude is brilliant in the ring, man. He doesn't fucking stay home and not watch anything, He knows about fights, man. And Marquez knows how to fight Pacquiao. Fuck that, he had 3 tries to, knock him out, man. All 3 fights were competitive, And Floyd, man, Floyd is gonna be a fucking Super Saiyan Marquez, man. That on May 2nd, man. Again, that's my opinion. People got fucking Pacquiao knocking out Floyd and shit. I feel like Floyd's gonna knock him out come May 2nd. I feel like Floyd, he got something to prove. He's trying to be the TBE. He wants to let the people know who's the TBE come May 2nd. If Floyd wins by a decision, 12 rounds, people still gonna talk shit. Oh, he was running the whole fight for 12 rounds and shit like that. Ain't no credit gonna give, people ain't gonna give no credit to Floyd come May 2nd if he wins by 12 rounds, he has to knock him out. And I feel like that's the way he's gonna do it come May 2nd, man. After that fight, man, then some people will realize, that he's the best of this era, And that's my opinion about the fight, man.
They only got 8 weeks, man. They only got 8 weeks to keep lying to themselves.
Yo, it's crazy, but real talk, man. I know this is probably not right to say on the radio and shit, But if whoever's listening right now, man, if you guys want a fucking nice experience, listen to the boxing voice, man, get fucking high as fuck, man. I'm dead ass, this show is hilarious, man. Next, it's crazy how we got a boxing podcast that's fucking giving us the best shit in boxing and at the same time a comedy show, man. Real talk, man. leaving in the ring and all those other shows, man, they be fucking dead serious as shit. Trying to make people fall asleep and shit, man. I'll be at work listening to you guys and laughing my ass off. But other than that, man, great year, 2015, baby. And I'm out, man.
All right, Antonio from Albany, man, long time caller. Thank you for the kind words as always, man. We appreciate it. You know it. 917, you're live. 917, talk to us.
What up, Ness? It's Sam from the Bronx.
What's up, brother?
What's up? Yeah, I wanted to just talk about a couple of things. I wanted to talk about, the biased Mayweather fans. I mean, I can understand you say, okay, he won by 12 rounds, whatever. That's okay. I'll give you that. But if you're saying he's going to whitewash Pacquiao, y'all bugging out. Y'all bugging out. He ain't going to whitewash Pacquiao.
But Sam, what
Mayweather told you yourself.
Sam, hold on a minute, because that doesn't make any sense. You're saying if you want to say he's going to win by 12 rounds, then you'll give us that. But whitewashing 12 rounds, same thing. When you don't win a round, you got whitewashed.
No, I mean, like, if y'all say that he's going to win, like, a close decision or whatever, I could give you that. But if you're saying, oh, he's going to knock him out, he's going to win every single round, I don't know about that, because Mayweather told you himself he don't walk through fighters. He told you himself that. He cannot walk through fighters. So that's what I'm trying to say. He's not going to walk through Pacquiao. That's not going to happen. Pacquiao he's never fought. I haven't seen Mayweather fall a speedy, different angles, the way he throw punches. I haven't seen him fight anybody like that. Anybody. Another thing, the way Pacquiao throw his punches ain't no conventional boxing punch. He throws like karate, Wing Chun type shit. You know what I'm saying? He that's the type of punch he throw. He don't know where the fuck them punches gonna come from. He might block a few punches, but he's gonna get fucking rocked. He's gonna get rocked. And another thing is, I'll give Pacquiao the win. I think he'll drop him. He'll drop him and then get unanimous decision. That's my pick. Another thing with the undercard, I think they should throw Chavez in there, the Argentinian. I think the Chavez should go up in the undercard. He's like a problem. He's like a nag.
Sam,
you know what I'm saying? I think he should go against maybe like Bradley 2, something like that. What you think?
Hell no, dude. That dude's been in 4 bad fights back to back. He lost to Thurman.
Yeah, but the Chavez and Bradley fight was good. I like that fight.
But it still got controversy all over it. The one before that had controversy as well. The only fight he was good and he lost by knockout was Thurman.
Yeah, okay. I would like.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I'll give you that.
Don't get me wrong, though.
But
I thought he was doing. I said, don't get me wrong. I thought he was doing very well and looked very good versus Rios, but their little issues with each other messed up that fight and the Bradley fight. I thought he lost that.
Yeah, but like with Chavez, I guess they gave him a small purse, so it's like I figure, well, if they don't want to give these fighters, you know what I'm saying, a lot of money, they could throw him in there. I think he could give a good show, a good undercard, Another thing is, like I said, I'm sick and tired of hearing the biased Mayweather fans saying he's gonna knock him out like he's some super animal Mike Tyson beast. He doesn't walk through fighters. And another thing, he gotta take a punch like a man. He gotta take a punch like Marquez did. Marquez took a punch like a man. He ate that shit, and he said, you know what, fuck that. I'm gonna go toe to toe with him. He gotta take in order for him to beat Pacquiao, he gotta take a punch like a man. He gotta stand up and fight. He gotta throw combos. He gotta throw punches. Because if he don't do that, it's gonna be problems for him all night. And I got Pacquiao winning.
Well, all right, brother. It's starting to even up. It looks like more and more people starting to pick Pacquiao. We'll see as it get closer. We definitely got a bunch of weeks. 310, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Hello?
Yes, sir. You're live.
Yes, Rob from Los Angeles.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, I don't know if anybody's talked about it yet, but does Floyd get to pick the ref, or what's going on with that?
I don't think they've mentioned the refs yet. But I would definitely. I said I don't think they mentioned the refs yet, but I would definitely assume that he's in charge. I mean, he's in charge of everything else. Event planning. He's the one who picked the gloves. He picked the arena. He picks everything.
That's going to play a big part. the pace of the fight. They got Kenny Bayless in there, not letting him fight on the inside. It favors Floyd a whole lot more than Manny. If you got someone like Steve Smolder, which can't see him in there, but feel like guys go to work.
Definitely.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. I don't think they'll pick the refs until the fight gets closer.
Okay, and also too, these guys say Manny's gonna get knocked out. I just can't see it, man. He's just bringing too much to the table just to get rolled over, So that's all I got, guys. Love the show and keep up the good work.
All right, brother. Hope you could drop us a little 5-star review, man. If you're listening on iTunes, Stitcher, or tune in, remember those reviews are important for the growth of the show. We appreciate it. 636, turn your radio down. I'm going to go back to you. 636, turn your radio down. He's all the way on the part of Lomachenko. He might not even be able to hear me. Yo. 636.
Yo.
Turn your radio all the way off. All right. Looks like he checked out of town. 908, you're live. Who's this?
Yo, this Amin calling from North.
What up, Amin?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Who they announced for the undercard?
They announced Lomachenko and Jesse Hart so far.
Oh, man.
That's how I felt.
I'm like, damn. What the fuck? That's it? Oh. I don't even...
You're not the only one that feels that way, man. Believe me.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll fuck with Lomo. Lomo is that guy. Fuck it. They could have given it's still time. So I don't even know who they could add to it. I mean, you would think Heyman would throw some of the fights that he's putting on these television cards and maybe throw one of them, unless they got a bombshell they're waiting to lay on us.
I don't know, man. I hope it is a bombshell. I'll tell you that.
Listen, they can't give us Jaylee Love and Badu Jack. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I mean, no, you're gonna get Jesse Hart versus Badu Jack. Now, I don't even know who Jesse Hart's fighting, to be honest, but he is 168 pounder, so he might be fighting one of those guys.
Yeah. And if that's the case, I mean, we just gotta look for the main event. I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed, but it's all good. The main event is what it is. I'm gonna make my pick right now. Floyd, even if it's not an entertaining fight, Floyd will win decisively. I'm standing around. I'm talking to somebody. Pacquiao's 5'2" with fucking alligator arms. Floyd is only 5'6". I mean, these guys, they're decent sized guys. But if we thought Pacquiao looked slow against Marquez, how would he not look slow against Floyd? And that in of itself, we talk about speed kills, but I think we're talking about different levels of speed and speed versus quickness. And then, everybody's talking about the counter right and Floyd, the lead right and this and that. I mean, even if it's a boring fight, boring as in those that don't appreciate the technical aspect of it, that's the kind of fight it'll be. I'm picking Floyd by decision. He might wobble Floyd, but it ain't going to be nothing serious. It can't be nothing more serious than what Mosley put on Floyd in terms of power. So Floyd by decision, and I'll eat my crow the next day if that's the case.
Well, all right, brother, man. Thank you for calling in. And we serve up that crow really hot. 480, you're live. Who's this? Man, I forgot to call you to get some. I only smoked one. Tell Tiff to bring some. And we transfer it. 480, what's going on, brother? You want to talk?
Yeah, I'm here.
Talk to us then.
Hey, first time caller.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Yeah, this is John from Phoenix, man. Yo, I have a question, man. But before I go there, I just want to bring up a point. Like all these Pacquiao fans, and I'm a Mayweather fan. But I got to acknowledge one thing that they haven't acknowledged yet. Like, what are they going to do when Floyd makes the adjustment? Because that's the big key here. Everybody knows that you can't shoulder roll a lefty. But I would say, look, if you look at that Sugar Shane Mosley fight, Floyd had the ability, after he did get hit, to make an adjustment and bring that dragon out. And then he used a more defensive, orthodox type shell, and he beat the tar piss out of Mosley. But I would bring up to every single Pacquiao fan that's out there, what is Pacquiao going to do after Floyd makes that adjustment? You know, after Floyd does get touched, because there's the potential, he might roll that shoulder lefty because you roll right into the left hand. But after Floyd does make that adjustment, what is Pacquiao going to do? And I think that's what the fight is going to change right there. Everybody else is talking about speed and power and everything like that. If you box before or you really, really study tape, you're going to realize that once Floyd makes that adjustment, he can't put on that lefty. But once he does make that adjustment, that's where the fight's going. That's where the fight's going to change in his favor.
Hey man, wow. Caller, I'm sorry my co-hosts suck. None of them want to debate you.
I had to stop and think about that for a minute. No, you bring up some good points there. I couldn't believe the caller that called in earlier and said Pacquiao was going to win all 12 rounds. That's not gonna happen.
Like, I mean, because that's boxing. I mean, you got to look at boxing for what it is. Like, you know, you can't shoulder roll the lefty because he'll roll right into the left hand. But like, once he does make that adjustment, which he's already proven that he can do and do it under stress. When he got hit by Mosley, he was under stress. And so once he made that adjustment, which I got to give big ups to Nazeem Richardson because Nazeem called it. He told Mosley, I can train you all the way up until when you touch Floyd. But we got to be ready for when Floyd makes that adjustment. And then if you notice, Floyd made an adjustment. Shane didn't. And Shane looked like, you know, he looked horrible for the rest of that fucking fight. You know what I mean? But Nazeem called it.
One thing you've got to give Floyd credit for, he is the best in the ring at figuring out what his fighters can do. So that's why I said in the previous show when we first did a show on this, we're going to find out what kind of trainer Freddie Roach is, because Freddie Roach has been talking for years about, well, I've studied Mayweather, I know how to beat Mayweather, and well, we're gonna find out if Freddie Roach has the style to break the so-called Mayweather code, you know?
I totally agree with you, because to me, if I was going to be a trainer, and I train fighters, but if I was going to be a trainer, I would just tell Floyd, you got to keep your left hand up this entire fight, and once you get used to the speed and you can counter him, just walk him down. Just walk him down. Just keep the left hand up so that he can't come in with the right hook. And now we'll see what Pacquiao can do. And all that other stuff that Pacquiao does, people got to realize Floyd has seen that before. That side-to-side movement, Ricky Hatton did that side-to-side movement. Now, granted, it's not coming from a southpaw, but as long as he keeps that left hand up and doesn't try to shoulder roll, Floyd's going to dot him all night. And that's the truth. I mean, people could say, well, it's because of speed and power. You're hoping that Floyd gets hit with something and that Floyd gets hit hard and he can't recover from it. But Floyd has shown that he can recover from chop Corley all the way now to recently with Sugar Shane. He can recover from getting hit. And once he does, and he takes away what you hit him with, what is Pacquiao going to do next? I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? I haven't seen Pacquiao ever stop what he was doing. You know what I mean? I haven't seen it throughout his entire career. Never seen him make an adjustment.
Well, you bring up some good points. But don't you agree that both of these fighters, they're fighting the best person they've ever fought? Like,
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. I mean, the sport needs this fight. I mean, everybody needs this fight. I mean, I got buddies right now, they're already talking about getting the barbecue ready to go. I mean, the sport really, really, really needs this fight. And I mean,
where's the barbecue happening at?
Oh man, it's happening right. It's gonna be happening right at the house, man. We got the smokers going. You know what I mean? AZ, man, it's good winter. It's good winter weather out here, so we can barbecue all year round. Man, we're gonna have the pigs. We're gonna have some beef. We're gonna have a little chicken, some hot wings. It's gonna be going on May 2nd, brother.
Get the projector out, brother. Do it in the backyard, man. Listen, let me get to some other callers. Thank you for calling in. 813, you're live. It's drive-by mode. We got 12 minutes of the left on the live feed. So remember, fellas, call in right now, 646-478-3068. Press 1 if you want to talk to one of the hosts. And if not, you want to keep listening, go to YouTube. That doesn't stop. 813, you're live.
Yo, Ness, what up? It's DJ from Big Bad Boxing.
DJ, what up?
Not much, man. You know, I love Pacquiao, I love Mayweather, but Mayweather he's too flashy. He's gonna duck everything. He might touch the canvas, but you're not gonna win a decision over Mayweather in MGM. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be like that. I'm looking forward to seeing Conor on the undercard, but you know, I'm gonna pay for the pay-per-view because it's probably gonna be the last one we see from Pacquiao, and that's about it.
All right.
All right, DJ, thanks for calling in, brother, and thanks for being a supporter, man. I do see the tweets. Thank you a lot for hosting the show on your site as well. We definitely appreciate it. Suleiman, what's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing? Good evening. You know, I know the show has to do with Pacquiao and Floyd, but what people fail to understand that Floyd came back when he made his comeback. He fought Marquez, the guy that knocked out Pacquiao. He boxed a beautiful fight. He wasn't active for a couple of years. He was on the comeback, and he boxed a beautiful fight for 10 to 12 rounds, and he even blocked him. Okay, he saw his power. They were saying he was too small, but he fought him and he beat him. Okay, he's been active. He's fought many style of fighters. He's fought southpaws before. I mean, he fought Canelo. Canelo is much bigger than Pacquiao, much stronger, much vigorous, and he beat him. Okay, so now what can Pacquiao bring to the table besides his speed? With Floyd's gonna make him box. That's what Floyd's gonna do. Floyd's gonna use that right hand. He's gonna pepper him with that right hand. He's gonna ruin his game plan. The guy's gonna be backing up through the whole fight. That's what's gonna happen, and he's gonna outbox him. He's gonna use his jab like he did with Marquez, and it's a wrap. Okay, if it looks like Pacquiao's been taking wear and tear from all the fights, it could create a cut on breathing to his eyes, and the fight could be stopped. But if not that, it's going to be the distance. Also, I want to give a shout out to Triple G for his great performance on Saturday. I couldn't get in yesterday and say what he did. That was a beautiful fight. What he did was he was fighting like with a little open defense to create openings to hit Martin Murray, because Martin Murray fights with a high guard. Everybody was complaining that he was getting tagged, but the reason he was doing that was because he was trying to get Martin Murray to hit back. In the late rounds also, Martin Murray was fighting on instinct. All those punches he was catching Golovkin, those were instinct punches from training. Obviously he was in great shape, he was in the gym, he was doing a lot of sparring, so every single time he got tagged, he reacted back, but that was mostly instinct. The fight, the guy was a big fighter, so all these critics that are saying that that Golovkin should move up, if he moves up, he's going to do the same thing that he's doing in 150. And all they got to do is be patient, because he is going to move up in the future after he unifies. And everybody complaining about the unifications and all that. When David Haye unified the Cruiserweight Championship, when the Evander Holyfield unified the Cruiserweight Championship, I didn't see nobody complaining. So leave my man alone. My man wants to unify, and let him do what he wants to do. Also, another thing is Mayweather. Is Mayweather going to vacate the 154-pound belts? And that's a good question, because or is he going to move up and take those belts full time? Also, the thing with Golovkin should fight Danny Jacobs next. Fight is mandatory at WBA. That'll be a good fight to
Nah, man. Danny Jacobs is supposed to be fighting. Oh man, who's he? Oh, the rumor is Caleb Truax. But we knew this because Heyman signed. I told you he signed he signed A fighters, B fighters, C fighters, and even some D's. So but this is a step up for Danny Jacobs, to be honest with you, because Truax knocked down Jermaine Taylor. He was doing very good in that fight, and he's been winning ever since that loss. So I guess it's a step up for Danny Jacobs.
Well, yeah, so yeah, that would be a step up. But that's a guy that if he wants to fight, he could fight, or maybe Cotto could fight him after the Truex fight. That way, he gets the regional belt. I mean, the regular belt for Golovkin, because that way he keeps himself busy, and then do this fight with Golovkin, because now everybody's saying that Golovkin is the same size, that he's not that big. So I mean, it should make it easy for Cotto to sign a contract and get this fight going, because this is the fight everybody wants to see. They want to fight a legitimate champion, because he's not a contender. He's a legitimate champion at 160, with all the fans. He's creating a big fan base all over the world. And this is a fight everybody wants to fight. Now, shout out to Ringside Robbie. Shout out to all the beautiful ladies listening to the show. And you have a blessed day, sir. Thank you very much.
Suleiman.
Thank you, Suleiman.
Thank you, as always, Suleiman, for calling in, being part of the show. Enoch, talk to us, Enoch.
Man, I'm going to tell y'all, Pac told us exactly what's going to happen, okay? Pacquiao going to come in, slide, slip and slide, make the wrong move, and get his ass knocked out. I'm out of here, bro.
All right, short and sweet, man. We like it. We like it that way too. Let me see where we leave off at. Okay. 770. You're live. Who's this?
Yo, what's good? This is ATL, man.
Big old ATL. What's up, brother?
Oh man, I can't call it. Hey man, real quick on the undercard, man. Do y'all remember who fought the undercard of Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson? Anybody?
Oh
Hell
That's been a long time ago. No.
That was a rhetorical question. No, you don't. So the undercard doesn't really matter, y'all. I mean, we gotta, as boxing fans, gotta stop acting like Mitches, man. Complain about this fight for 5 years. Now you worried about the undercard. Nobody cares, man. Nobody cares. Believe me. It's like 50,000 people that care about the undercard and 4 million that don't give one fuck.
ATL, just to be clear, and so that what I said doesn't get misscrewed, I don't care about the undercard. You're right. We've been waiting for this fight. This is what I'm worried about. But I'm more looking down on the choice of the undercard when you know this is the biggest stage, and as a promoter, you should be putting on your most marketable fighter to capitalize on this moment. That's my issue.
But Ness, let me tell you how it's gonna go, man. People gonna be popping bottles, drinking, eating, talking shit till 11 o'clock until the fighters come out, man. I mean, you might catch a couple, just a hardcore, like 50,000 boxing fans are going to be tuned in at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, or whatever. Normal people, no, man. They don't care, man. They don't. This is my opinion. I mean, it's going to do 3-4 million pay-per-views. Do you think they worried about the undercard? They're not going to spend no money on that, man. I mean, they trying to rake in as much dough as they can, period. The eyes are watching for the main event. And as far as the fight, man, Pacquiao's a good fighter. You can say great if you want. But that 2009, 2010 Pacquiao is not walking through them doors no more, y'all. That dude is gone. That's the only time y'all could say maybe that they were in the same class. They were never mentioned in the same class before that, and really not since. And as far as y'all thinking he's going to drop Floyd, I mean, come on now. He didn't drop Bradley, and Bradley had 2 broke feet. How's he going to drop Floyd? I mean, where does this power y'all are talking about, man? I just don't even see it. I'm looking for it because he beat up on Algieri. I mean, what? What do you think Floyd would have done to Algieri? I mean, come on, man. Let's be real. That was a clown fight, man. I mean, Pacquiao's short. He doesn't fight inside, so whoever said if he gets on the inside, what is he going to do but get hit in the body and get hurt? I mean, he fights jumping in. That's not an inside fighter. He jumps in and out, doing the same shit over and over and over again. He's going to get countered and get hurt, man. And then he's going to get reluctant like everybody else. Everybody else.
In my opinion, it's going the distance. There's not going to be any knockouts.
You might be right about. I could see it being stopped. I mean, let's face it, Pacquiao. I mean, I saw a little statement where he was saying the end is near. I mean, this dude is looking at this. I'm about to get paid. If he's getting embarrassed and getting hit in the body, I mean, they're not going to let him take a... If Floyd starts beating on him...
90 seconds.
I could see it being stopped. I'm not saying a clean knockout. He would have to run into something, which he could do. But I see punishment, man, and embarrassment. And a bunch of people crying and making excuses afterwards. Because the excuses already started beforehand. Y'all funny, man. He was so scared of this dude. Excuses are starting early, man. I just want to hear the excuses. I'll be cracking up.
Hell,
because
there's been
they're not.
60 seconds.
about this fight for the last 6 years.
ATL, let me get one moment real quick. Let me shout out these guys in the chat. We got the last 60 seconds. Jose is true. We got HHH 1200. I'll fly that head. Towels, a bunch of numbers. Hands Mark, Brian Nestor, Leonard Sterling, Hayes 90. It's controversy. What else we got? Suleiman, Soul Driver, UK Personnel, Ben Frank, Mr. Thumper. What you need, Chad H. Nothing for something. Nothing for something. You late too. Swift Hands. Man, there's so many. They need
10 seconds.
D Jom, Lex Ruger the hater, Anton S, Alex Borisov, Ben Franklin, that money. Who else we got? I think that's it. Giving quality, nobody here. Alcadon. All right. Well, everything is an illusion. Creative names. Pac is Robert Duran. Ness is an absolute cunt. And I just gave you a shout out, you jerk. Being paid money by Heyman. Man, you're what a weirdo. Chad H, I think I said him. See, Robbie, you ain't the only one get the hate. They hate me too. That's it.
That's okay.
Go ahead, AT. I'm sorry.
No, man, I just think, with people like y'all call them Floyd fans or whatever, Flomos or whatever, but y'all, the thing is, man, like the people that have been watching Floyd his whole career are saying Pacquiao never was in this dude's class, man. Bob sold y'all a bag of goods, man. He been doing a sales job. He's a hell of a salesman now. He attached these two dudes' names together, and Pacquiao basically rose basically all Floyd's back. He's Floyd scared of this and other, but I don't think they was never the same. They were never in the same class. And we gonna see May 2nd. I just don't want to hear no excuses, man. I mean, because you can't go from being a coward to then whooping up on the dude, fighter of the decade and all this. So if he fight of the decade and he take an ass whooping, what does that make Floyd? What does that make him? It ain't no excuses
great.
no more.
All-time great. And listen, the clock is ticking, brother. It's only a couple of days away. By the time we blink, people going to be mad they ain't buy their plane tickets, and they going to get to see this epic battle. Listen, ATL, let me get down the line. I still got some more. We on Drive-By Mode, 609, you're live. Talk to me, Atlantic City.
609.
What's up?
Yo, Ness, it's the calling pride of Philadelphia, your boy Luciano Valdez.
Luciano.
¿Qué pasó?
Dímelo, tigre.
Great things, man. I'm so happy that this fight finally happened, like everybody else here. Just got a few things, man, like always. I just want to make my point clear. Everybody that heard me before knows very clear that I'm a Pacquiao fan. But we'll be actually pretty naive to think that this fight is a one-sided fight for any guy. I love Manny. I love the way he fights and what he represents. I don't dislike Floyd. I like Floyd a lot too, but I just like Manny more. And I think the fight is a 50-50 fight, 60-40, however you want to put it, but it's not no 90-10, no 80-20. It's really close. Why you think there's going to be more than 3 million people paying over $100 for this fight? It's because it is intriguing. It's a match. Forget about the record, guys. All that 47-0 fighter of the decades. It's an intriguing match up statistically. The styles make this fight intriguing. I just want to put a few things into perspective out there. Is that, yes, Mayweather, you can call him the best counter punching out there, but you gotta understand something very clear, that the type of counter puncher that Mayweather is not the same of counter punching that Marquez is. Yes, Marquez knocked out Pacquiao. That doesn't make Mayweather a sure guarantee that he's gonna knock out Pacquiao. Mayweather is more of a tag, get out of the pocket real quick, kind of puncher. The other thing I want to ask the Mayweather fan is, how you guys figure Mayweather's gonna KO Pacquiao? When, you see the last fight of Mayweather, you look at the faces of the opponents of Mayweather, they look like they weren't even in a fight. You look at my daughter in both two fights, they do look clean, like he could go to take a photo shoot the next day. Everybody else looked, now when you look at a Pacquiao opponent, he was in a fight. I met Chris Algieri about 3 weeks after he fought Pacquiao. He still had a black eye. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that because of that he's gonna do the same thing to Mayweather. No, that's why I'm gonna be in Vegas and I'm gonna enjoy this fight, because it's an intriguing fight. It's a beautiful thing. Remember, guys, this is something compared to people that know boxing more than me and more than most of us. They comparing this fight to Ali Fraser one, to Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard. It's going to be a great. I believe it's going to be a great fight. I am picking Pacquiao, not because I like Pacquiao. I'm picking Pacquiao because of his style. Don't sleep on Pacquiao's right hook and being able to turn. Listen to this, guys. Pacquiao's right hook and being able to turn Mayweather. Mayweather had difficulty with this. Chop Curly, Sab Judah in the early rounds, and the difference is Pacquiao can do this for 12 rounds. That's why I think that he could upset Mayweather. Mayweather's the favorite. I see why he's the favorite, but I think Pacquiao will upset him. One more thing, guys. It's unfortunate that in the pre-card, in the fights beforehand, we're not gonna see Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux, to me, is the best pound for pound fighter in the world right now. If you see his record, if you see what he does in the ring, the guy is amazing. We're not gonna get to see him. Nobody's even mentioning him. The guy has an outstanding power, defense, reflexes, everything you can ask for in a boxer. Guillermo Rigondeaux does. I would have loved to see him against any of the 122 Jaguars, as he called it. For those that don't speak Spanish, that means female horses, because they all running away from Guillermo Rigondeaux. I would have loved to see him, but Lomachenko is a great fighter too. So for Top Rank, I know they get to pick one fight. One last thing, guys, it's more of a question. Do you guys think any of these two guys, Mayweather or Pacquiao, are going to get a fair decision? Which I'm afraid of. That's the only thing in this event that kind of makes me nervous. Because if Pacquiao loses, he lost to a great fighter. If Mayweather loses, he lost to a great fighter too. It's a great fight. But I'm afraid of the judging. I'm not saying that. Yes, go ahead, B.
Well, keep this in mind. They both have fought in Vegas many, many times, and because of that, I think it will be a fair decision, because they both have been in that environment several times. Now, if Pacquiao had never fought in Las Vegas before, I would buy the robbery scenario. But because say Pacquiao fought a great fight and they gave it to Mayweather, but they both have been on this stage. They both have fought in this arena. So I do think that it will be a fair decision no matter how it goes. What disappoints me about this fight is there's no rematch clause. So whoever loses this fight, if it's a close decision, then we'll have to wait and see if there's a rematch. But there is no rematch clause, so we gotta hope for the best. But I don't see a robbery in this case because they both have fought in Vegas before, and so for that I've got to say everything is going to be on the up and up here.
Robbie, you said that a couple of times. I don't understand what that means. Floyd's fought there, and they gave him a draw versus Canelo on one of the cards.
Well, that's because you had that idiot judge, that C.J. Ross.
But what's to say that you won't get another idiot judge? What's to say you won't get another idiot judge willing to take that willing to lose their license and put some money out there? Get some money rather. 508, you're live.
Yo, this is Georgie Porgy, man. Listen, Robbie. The whole thing about Mayweather hands, you got to throw that thing down the die side, man. That is not even relevant. He fights in Vegas for a reason. The Nevada Athletic Commission is the only one on the state who allow that bullshit that he injected on his hands. So that's not even relevant. We got to be grateful we got the fight. Thanks to Al Heyman. That's the new ring. You got a guy's case. Leave Bob Iron alone. He's dying. Anyway, so moving up to Mayweather. He's just going to run through this cat. Simple. Stop that jabbing. That's it. I don't have much to say. You can move on.
All right, Georgie. Man,
yo, hold on.
What's up?
Yo, listen. Stuart Little. Every time somebody disagree with you, you don't have to call him a racist. You come from a country that they throw bananas to athletes. They're just there proving that they're as good or even better than other people. So let's get some perspective here. Nobody hating on Triple G like that. Somebody can call you a racist. We got more reason to call you a racist than you calling anybody a racist. You got to stop that nonsense.
All right.
That's
All
it.
right,
Great
Georgie.
show, guys.
Thank you, man. Nothing has been mentioned. Before this fight got signed, Robbie, we did shows on the amount of money and how the AUE was putting up all this money to get Mayweather to fight over there, and we were thinking that it was going to be 120 for Mayweather, 80 for Pacquiao, and it ends up that Mayweather gets more than what Abu Dhabi was even offering him. This guy is getting a boatload of cash. It's somewhere upwards of the 150 million just for the fight.
That's because every time this Abu Dhabi stuff has come up and they've tried to get fights over there, fighters don't want to take that money because they want to be in a place where there's legitimate referees and judges and things like that. I don't ever think a fight will ever take place in a place like that, because they can offer as much money as they want, but I don't ever think a fighter will ever go over there to fight.
Well, again, that wasn't really the thing. The thing is, with all the talk of him not being able to make that money, that amount of money, and if they're offering him that money, he should take it and he should fight over there. Remember all the chatter, and he still ended up making more over here. Is my point. But we'll get to some other callers here and see what they think. 443, you're live. Who's this? 443. 636. 312.
Yo, what's up, Ness?
What's up, brother? Who's this?
Let me Tone.
Talk to us.
What's up, nigga? Hey, I'm calling because, really, I don't have a dog in this fight. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I think it's about as close to 50-50 as you could get. And actually, when the fight was announced, I was thinking to myself, you know what? I'm not going to listen to none of this bullshit, none of these YouTube channels, none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Except for you guys, because I can't stay away from the boxing voice. But I actually made a kind of a vow, and I actually broke it. I wasn't going to listen to all this nonsense. And you know what? For these Floyd fans This is the shit that pisses me off. For all the Floyd fans who automatically think that Floyd for this fight is going to turn into Julio Cesar Chavez or smoking Joe Frazier and start walking Pacquiao down in this fight. When was the last time you ever walked down a fighter? I haven't seen that shit in years.
But why does Mayweather need to walk down Pacquiao? That ain't his style. Why does he need to do that to win?
No, this isn't for you. This is for the people calling saying that. Saying that, yeah, he's just gonna start walking this dude down after the 8th. That's not Floyd. He ain't gonna do that. This is the ignorance I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like Floyd, he has a legitimate shot to win, but so does Manny. This is 50-50. And the other guy who called a couple calls ago, the Puerto Rican guy talking about Floyd got to watch out for Manny's right hand, the right hook. There was a video that somebody posted on YouTube breaking down the Chop Corley fights, really basically all the Floyd fights against Zab Judah. I mean, all the Floyd fights against all the Southpaws. So I think that's what he was referencing about that YouTube vid. But he made some really legit points. You know, Floyd's going to be in for it's going to be rough, man. Like I said, I got a 50-50, but if somebody pressed me, I have to go 51-49 Manny, you know, because it's going to be tough, man. You know, but we just need to stop with this. Floyd is going to start marching people down. ATL, you know, you're better than that, ATL. Stop that, man.
Well, it's overwhelming. The last 3 shows that we've done, and people called up and made their choices. It's overwhelmingly in favor of Floyd. So you might see it as a 50-50 fight, but the Boxing Voice callers that have been calling in here, the last 3 shows, it's overwhelming for Floyd. So.
No, I understand that. You know, there's a lot of people who can't get past the hype of Floyd. Floyd is a brilliant marketer. Floyd has marketed himself. You know, Mr. Undefeated, Mr. Untouchable. You know what I mean? Like he can't lose and all that, and that's fair. But you also have to look at his resume too. You know, I think that Floyd has carefully picked his opponents throughout his career. I'm not saying that he's necessarily ducked as many guys. He's fought good guys. Don't get me wrong. He's fought really good fighters. But he's also, and you know this, Rob, he's carefully picked his opponents. He just doesn't jump in recklessly whenever he's fighting an opponent. So that's his thing. And with Manny, his problem, we all know what his problem was. That there was a lot of whispers about the steroid stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, so Manny has that stuff going on him. You know what I'm saying? So both guys, they both have, in my opinion, you know, they both have questions, but they're still the best fighters of our generation.
Hey, Tone in the chat, they're saying. Chone in the chat, they're saying to tell you that Floyd has walked down every opponent he's faced recently.
Really? Who?
Well, he did.
Was he walking down Maidana?
Yes. There was time.
He walked down Maidana?
Yes.
I don't remember that. And I've seen that fight a couple times. I don't remember him walking him down. I'm talking like Julio Cesar Chavez. You think he's going to walk down Manny? Just quick question.
I don't think he needs to. I don't think that's his style. But when he becomes, you know, when he starts to feel dominant, yeah, he does it.
You know, it's not his temperament. I don't look at Floyd like that. I mean, he's not doing that with Manny. I'm sorry. Manny's too active of a fighter, and he's a southpaw who throws those crazy punches from those crazy angles. Floyd is going to be on the defensive on this fight, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? For me, for anybody to say that the tables are going to be changed, that Floyd is going to be the offensive guy in this fight, and that he's going to put Manny on the defensive. When have you ever seen Manny on the defensive? Even in the Marquez fights, he was the one pushing the fights against Marquez. That ain't happening. I could see Floyd winning a decision on points and ring generalship and all that stuff. But we need to stop saying that. I mean, making it look like Floyd is fucking Superman or some shit, dude. This dude ain't Sugar Ray Leonard. Floyd is not Sugar Ray Leonard. Now, if we're talking about Sugar Ray Leonard, I know, Robbie, you know Sugar Ray Leonard. You see Sugar Ray Leonard fight too.
Yes,
If we're
I
talking
have.
about right. So if you're talking about Sugar Ray Leonard, that's a different story. Okay, but that's not Floyd. Okay, Floyd, he's gonna fight intelligently. Okay, and he can pull out a win too, like that. Don't get me wrong. But for him to sit there and say he's not gonna risk. Floyd is a conservative. He's conservative in everything he does. When it's picking opponents, when it's in the ring.
Yo, Tone, man, you sound real sour, man. You sound sour as hell. Like you got the fight, and now you acting like Floyd is got all these advantages, man. I mean, what's up with you?
No, look. No, look. I'm happy about the fight, man.
You sound sour.
I'm thrilled, to be honest with you.
Sound
I'm really thrilled. It's just, I just want people to be honest. Like you're telling me that Floyd is going to be the offensive guy in this fight. We know who to be. The offensive guy in this fight is going to be Manny. Manny's going to be the one dictating the pace. Floyd is going to be the one counterpunching, going back, maybe going up against the rope. He's not going to take a chance against Manny.
But let's be realistic. Who has ever dictated the pace to Floyd Mayweather? You think Manny Pacquiao is going to be able to do something that nobody else has ever done? And I'm picking Pacquiao, but I don't see Manny being able to dictate what happens in the fight. Not to a guy like Floyd Mayweather.
I think Manny is a different breed. I think Manny's the best offensive fighter I've ever seen. And I think, honestly, you're going to probably disagree. I don't know if you're going to agree with me or not. The last couple fights, who do you think, let's take the opponent out. Who do you think has looked better? Who do you think has looked more sharper? Who do you think has shown a little bit more freshness, better footwork? You know what I mean? I think it's been Manny. The footwork and everything that he showed against Algieri was tremendous. It was beautiful.
Chris Algieri is not in the same league as a guy like Floyd Mayweather.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about Chris Algieri versus Marcos Maidana. That's what I'm saying. I'm comparing their both opponents.
Okay.
Chris Algieri and Marcos Maidana, I think are similar. They're in the same ballpark. Wouldn't you say?
No, I would not agree with that either. I think Maidana is a better fighter.
No, Maidana's a better fighter. Yeah, no doubt. But I don't think it's like an overwhelming. If they fought, Maidana will be a favorite. But would you fall over and have a heart attack if Algieri beat Maidana?
Yes, because I don't think he's got the skill level to beat a Maidana.
Well, I hear what you're saying, but I thought that Ruslan was going to knock him out too.
Hey, Tone, let me get to some other callers, brother. I got to get up out of here,
man. Man. Love
951.
You, man.
Man, we love you too, brother. 951, you're live. Who's this?
Shout out to your boy Horace, man. You show a lot of love to your callers, man. I give you credit for that. You let everybody get their thoughts out. So, shout out to you, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Without you guys, this show isn't anything without you guys. So,
No, I really appreciate what you're doing, man. Quick thing, though. One thing I would say to all the Mayweather fans, and I'm one of them, we are setting ourselves up for a terrible fall if we don't start giving Manny Pacquiao the benefit of the doubt. This guy is just not some guy who woke up yesterday and started boxing. He's legitimately an all-time great, at least in this era. And he has done a lot of things. He's not chop, he's not Zab, he's not Victor Ortiz. This guy has the temperament of a champion, and he's been doing this for a while, just like Floyd. He's been a champion a long time, just like Floyd. He's not going to come in there and just lay down, like a lot of these fighters do when they get on a big stage because they don't want to get knocked out. Now, with that being said, there's an old adage in boxing. A good big man will always be a great small man. And one thing that Mayweather is, he's a great big man and a great small man. Prime example, him versus Juan Manuel Marquez. Skill level, these guys are right next to each other. Floyd obviously is better on, but one thing he did, and I think he did perfectly, he knew how to use his size. He even talked about in the recent interview how he started measuring his arm length, his height, and his measurement against Pacquiao. The one fight I always think about when I talk about this fight was Burning Forest versus Shane Mosley. The jab stopped Shane Mosley's speed. And that's what I think is going to happen with Pacquiao. Speed will be stopped by Mayweather's jab. And once he starts timing with that jab, that's when you will see the right hand. And I don't know how Manny will adjust to that. He can have all the foot movement, all the speed in the world. But if he can't get past that jab and then Mayweather moving or clinching him up and then resetting the fight and jabbing him again, Pacquiao's going to get frustrated like he did with Joshua Clottey. And this is the problem I see for Pacquiao. Not Mayweather's lead right hand, not Mayweather's left hook. It's going to be Mayweather's jab, timing him when he's come in. And if he figures that out within the first 3 rounds, it's going to be a wrap. Now, vice versa, on the other hand, I think Pacquiao's going to try to steal rounds. He's going to pull a Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler. I think he's really going to try to steal rounds. He's going to put it on at every 45 seconds after each round. Do not be surprised if you hear Freddie Roach with his arc with his hands beating on the map saying 45, 45, and Pacquiao starts picking up the pace towards the end of every round. But the tell the tape of this fight is going to be Mayweather's jab. He is a great big man. You guys do not discount that. It was no coincidence. He said, "You guys get on my ass about fighting Marquez, but Marquez and Pacquiao are the same size. But you guys don't get on my ass about fighting Pacquiao." He was saying that because these guys are both smaller fighters. And Marquez could not figure out how to get past Mayweather's jab. He could not do it. And I don't see how Pacquiao is going to do it. You guys can say all you want, but think about Bertus Forrest versus Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley was the same kind of fighter. Volume puncher, power puncher. He could not get past that jab, and he was just frustrated. I see the same thing happen to Pac. But I give Pac a lot of credit. If he gets in that right hand, if he gets in a lot of his shots, and Mayweather does not want to dig down and fight, hey, he's going to clip him. And if he drops him, there's no way Mayweather's winning the fight. If Mayweather falls in this fight, Pacquiao's going to be sending him in favor on the judge's scorecard, and every close round is going to go to Pacquiao. Other than that, hey, thanks for listening, you guys. Thanks for the shots out, Ness.
Thank you, brother. If you haven't done so already, man, remember to drop us a 5-star review on iTunes. It's definitely important. 718, you're up. Who's this?
Yo, what up? Dr. Mofongo in the house. What up?
What's up? What's up?
Quickly, because I know you're on drive, right, guys? I really can't believe some of the stuff I'm hearing. I noticed one thing. All the Flomos that are calling in versus all the rational fans that are calling in, only the Flomos are saying this is going to be a whitewash. Everybody who's a rational fan is saying this fight's 50-50. How are you going to tell me an all-time great in Manny Pacquiao, who has speed, who's a southpaw, has stamina, power, work rate, all ingredients that do one thing. He doesn't have to hit Mayweather with every shot. He doesn't have to knock him out. All those things I just mentioned give him the ability to win rounds. All this guy has to do is win enough rounds to beat Mayweather. All those traits. When's the last time Mayweather fought a guy with all those things combined in one fighter? Who's all-time great? Name the fighter. I'm amazed how people are not giving this guy the due, that he's deserving of. And I notice it's all coming from the Flomos. The Flomos are the ones saying easy fight, whitewash. Then what's the interest then? Why would there be so much interest in a fight that's going to be so lopsided? I honestly think they're nervous. They're all nervous. They know what's coming. I've been saying from the beginning, Floyd by split. I'm starting to go the other way. I think Pacquiao by split.
Well, don't lose your money.
They know what's coming. They know what's coming. Dr. Mufongo checking out. Later, boys.
Later, brother. Later. 443, you're live. Who's this? 443. 443. 443. All right, I'll try it. 808.
What up, Ness?
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Who's this? Hawaii?
Yeah, it's Jacob from Hawaii.
Jacob, you better be talking about boxing today. We ain't gonna let you do that again.
Yeah, has Manny Pacquiao been a boxer for like a long time or something?
Anyway. So, Robbie, man, that's basically it. Listen, guys, let us know via email or, any social media. If you want more, we give you more. More shows, let us know. We pretty much covered it all. I hope everyone got an opportunity to talk. Remember that we upgraded, so now we could take more callers on because we were busting the seams, man. We were busting at the seams. I know you guys weren't able to get in, and we appreciate that. We definitely appreciate that you stuck around. So we've upgraded. We're going to give it a test run and see how that does. Just want to remind everybody, to do me a favor and show some support by using the Amazon link. If you already shop at Amazon, it's not going to cost you not anything at all. You're just going to go through my affiliate link that's on the boxingvoice.com affiliate / sponsors, and it will be supporting the show. And remember, if you want to support the show in other ways, you could definitely head on over to the boxingvoice.com, both on mobile or desktop, and click on the donation button. It's set up for one-time donations, or you could also make monthly donations, subscriptions. If you appreciate what we're doing here, we'll show a little support. Remember, it doesn't have to be financial. Those reviews are very important to me, just like those likes and shares, man. So I hope that you guys do that, and you continue to follow our journey. I will be putting out my Bob Arum interview that I did with him today. Really good one, man. The story is already out on the site, so if you haven't checked it out, Bob Arum also has his own network deal. So Al Heyman isn't the only one in the regular TV business and bringing boxing back to business. But this was a Pacquiao show, so we didn't talk about that. But it's on the site, so don't miss your chance to read it. Remember to subscribe to the RSS feed, and you'll get pings, man, every time we post an article because we're on fire right now. If you haven't noticed, you will pretty soon. It's only a matter of time. The takeover is in effect, and it's all thanks to you guys. Remember, we are your army, man. So continue to support the Boxing Voice. We'll check you guys out Thursday. Who knows? We might do another spontaneous one tomorrow.